All right, yeah, let's go. Let's go Falcons first. I think I saw the second worst call that I've ever seen in my life. Um, in our game.
Second is just so I don't know. I thought it was first. I thought it was first because look at that. Justin Fields pick. I thought that it was first because it was just a normal sack. It was a normal sack. Like in the Kansas City game, Chris Jones is kind of coming from behind them. I, I could see, even he said it, even though I mean, obviously we all thought it was BS because he literally had the ball. It was a strip sack, but he literally, you almost could have called it an interception the way he caught it.
It was like the Bill Russell block. R.I.P. to the legend. It's the block rebound.
Yeah. And so I could see how, but like from a perspective of even he said it in the post game that maybe in real time from the direction they looked, that maybe it looked like he was like, I don't know, because he's coming from behind him. Grady wrapped Brady up and was falling, and Brady literally just went over him because that's naturally where your body's going to go. He didn't slam him to the ground. It was a weird call. And then at that point in the game, too, is what made it a little bit worse because they knew that if they got that the game was over. Like that was the game. And I just thought that it was a really bad call. They knew that we had no timeouts and that the 2-minute warning was coming up. It was just a bad call, man. It was the definition of not roughing the passer. It was the definition of a sack.
So some would say that Grady added a little extra sauce on the end when he slammed him down. Um, some would say that Michael Irvin tried to make an argument for that on First Take on Monday, and I'm like, oh, you got the phone call from he works at the network, NFL network, so he got the phone call. Hey, you know what to say there, buddy. But when you talk about timing in a game, momentum, uh, trying to get a monkey off your back. You're talking about a division game. Battle for first in the division. Winner of that game is number one in the division.
Mm-hmm.
It's a god awful call. And let me tell you something, man. I was listening to the Three and Out podcast with John Middlecoff on the Volume Network, right? And I'm giving this full plug for anybody who ever listens to that or wants to find it. And I think I heard one of the most egregious things that I've ever heard in my fucking life on a football podcast. John Middlecoff, the host of the podcast, he said that, yeah, I don't really care about that call because I don't really care about that game. It's Falcons Buccaneers. And I go, hold on. So you're a football podcaster who worked in the NFL, who's worked in radio, and is now a podcaster. And you want people to listen to you and give you and treat you as if you have some credibility. And because the Falcons aren't a national brand, and the Buccaneers have Tom Brady, we're going to ignore a god awful call and we're going to like just put it out there like, hey, who cares? It would be different. If we were 0-4, you know what I mean? All right. Or if we're down 3 touchdowns, all right. Bro, we just went down, scored, had our way with their fucking defense because Arthur Smith finally realized that, hey, we can run the ball against these guys. Stop dropping back and pass and do what the fuck we do.
Kind of running it though. I mean, like
we in the second half, like I went back and watched the game. In the second half, we ran the hell out of the ball and it worked.
You know that Tyler Algier, they combined for 200. They got like to 200.
It looked like it from what I watched in the second half.
Because Mariota had like 70, so like but yeah, they got to 200.
The game plan just reeked of I'm afraid of you, Tampa Bay defense. That's what I saw from the game plan. Like you were afraid of their defense because you tried to make Marcus Mariota a pass first quarterback, and he's the furthest thing from that.
He's the furthest thing from it, and just more importantly, I mean, godly, like I get why we're not putting in Ritter. I get it. because it's like, well, the team is playing well, but we all know that he would add a different dynamic to the team, and I just am not a fan of what
Would
we're
he
seeing.
though?
I think he would. I think he would. And the reason that I do think that he would is because I think that as a rookie, oddly enough, he's going to sling it a little bit more, even with the play calling. I just feel like he's going to take more chances. Mariota's trying to protect a job that can be his, but it's not automatically his.
He's trying to protect a career.
Like, well, here's the thing. It's not like there's a first round pick behind him where he knows like it's not like it's a first round pick. It's not like it's a first round pick behind him. Like Kenny Pickett was gonna start, and Trubisky knew that eventually.
Yeah.
He knew that he was gonna start.
Are all here to do what Falcons do. Look at that.
Yeah, he go ahead now.
He knew that eventually that job wasn't gonna be his. But
Trubisky's terrible.
Yeah, Bisco. Hold on 1 second, Lee. I'm sorry.
Tell you what, man, it's hard to make a point when you're over there on the damn phone and gambling and whatnot.
Because what it is, I got screwed here in this game, and I'm trying to get some makeup sex because of it.
Nuts and bolts, we got screwed. But yeah, it's definitely a different situation there. Kenny Pickett had an opportunity at the job. He knew he was going to play before the year was out. Dez was what, 4th round pick?
Yep, Dez was the 4th round, the
third round, and I don't like. I didn't like the way he entered the team. It's about damn time you called me. Excuse me. Oh, your horses there, buddy. You're not Dak Prescott. You're not Russell Wilson. Now
right. He came in with the confidence that you kind of liked a little bit.
Yeah,
but it's like, bro, you did all that. I get it. You're the most accomplished Cincinnati football player of all time.
At Cincinnati.
Respect it. You went to the play. Like, you did great shit in college. You really did. But so did Colt Brennan.
And guess what? When Cincinnati when Cincinnati football is pitching their program, they're pitching Travis Kelce. They're not talking about Des Ridder.
Right. You could be the next Des Ridder. Said nobody ever.
Little brother didn't even think that.
Damn. Central Florida really got in their ass quickly.
What shit, I didn't he's 6'3", 207. You know, he's a little light in the britches, if you ask me. He's balding at 23, 24. You're not 23, you know what I mean?
You've seen him interview, right?
No, I don't listen.
He kind of looks like a grown-ass man.
He does. He has a kid, too, so let you know he's mature.
Yeah, he kind of looks like a grown-ass man. And
have you heard people talk about stuff like that? Like, that was a big thing about him in the pre-draft process. He's a father, so you know he's mature. And I go, are you sure that means he's mature?
Right.
Like, if he's a good father and he's balancing it well, he's mature.
Right, sure.
Or he's sexually irresponsible.
Yeah, just it was a lot, and I just now look.
Hold on. Let's stay here though. We're gonna drop off into a rabbit hole. But how mature is somebody who does not have consistent income, having a fucking kid?
There's that aspect of it too, and I think that. Hold on here.
And I know you're going to try to keep me on football, but I want to think about the people who had kids in high school. I'm not even going to go college because at least you're old enough to drop out, get a job where you're close enough to your career to where you can kind of, you know, steady the ship. And maybe that was his case. You know, I'm this close to the league. But I see a lot of these players with kids and I go, well, I mean, you're in Alabama. I guess it makes sense.
Right. Well, you pretty much know that you're going to the league.
But I'm not going to call that human being mature.
Yeah, well, and just because they know that they're going to be a millionaire doesn't mean, if anything, especially we've seen this time and time again, a cat that's 19 years old getting $1 million. Look, man, I remember what I was doing at 19. And I can only speak from my perspective, but I also know what other 19-year-olds were doing when they were 19. I'm just thinking about how mature is a nigga that's 19 getting that kind of money, and
what were we doing at 25?
that too. I mean, I think that it's just one of those things where with Ritter though, that he's going to be able to throw that ball. He's going to throw it a little bit better. I do think that because we know who Mariota is now.
Yeah, he's a backup.
He's a backup or a starter on a bad football team. I don't even know. Like Tyrod Taylor's a better bridge quarterback. He gets injured just as much. So like,
I'd much rather have Tyrod than
the ceiling will be a lot higher with the Falcons with Tyrod Taylor.
I think Tyrod Taylor can throw. Marcus Mariota misses on 10-yard in cuts.
Yeah, and he fumbles a lot.
God, yeah. Every game he fumbles at least once. And I'm sitting there like, hey, bro, what are you doing, dog? Hold on to the ball.
Cost us the Saints game.
Yeah.
He fumbled and gave him the ball back, and he fumbled on a third one that would have sealed the game.
Yeah.
So 2 fumbles in that game cost us. Look, we came back against the Rams, but at the end of the day, he still threw a pick in the end zone. So we could have won that game.
What game was it when he fumbled, picked it up, and still got the first down? Was that Saints?
It was the Saints. No, that was the Rams game. I was right there when I saw it.
It's like, bro, hold on to the ball.
Did you start Khalil Herbert?
No, I'm looking. And
just broke one.
Just broke one.
Yep.
Yeah, people like to do. Nah, he ain't gonna.
He could have scored. I don't know why he did that. He should have just kept running and tried to tiptoe down. He could have scored.
Tiptoeing in my jaw.
Either way, that was about almost a 70-yard run. I mean, it's 56.
No, I decided to roll with it's 64 yards. 6 points. I'm going Robinson and Tony Pollard.
And I get it because you knew he was backing up. I understand. I know why you did it,
bro. You just understand I am on defense for the rest of the fantasy football season because Javonte Williams tore his ACL.
That was such a blow. I knew that was a blow. And then when you made the Jonathan Taylor trade, I understood why.
In 4 games this season, Javonte Williams has 47 carries.
Here's where I messed up, and I admit that I messed up on that trade. Was I should have shopped my trade
out of him too.
I should have shopped my trades via messages, not official trade, like sending in the trade, because there was like 3. I was in negotiation with 3 trades. And there was another
deal with you too.
Huh?
I think I wanted to do a deal with you too.
You did, but Cordero, I couldn't.
I understood. Here's the thing, and that's why even for me, I have to like with that deal, like with him, he's fucking me up because I think I could have had Devontae Adams from Josh too. I would have been more than okay with getting rid of Jeff Williams to get him, but because Cordero or even Cordero himself. I would have, because to me, they're almost interchangeable, but I probably would have traded Jeff because eventually, what's-his-face will be back for the 49ers, even though Jeff's hot. Jeff is hot. But I know that going forward, even once Elijah Mitchell came back, they would probably be, even if it's 50-50, they were going to be splitting carries.
I mean, look,
he's played too well.
I've thought about going after Tevin Coleman because he's going to have a game where he catches one. And
he just did against Carolina. He had 2 touchdowns. He had like 30 yards receiving and like 40 yards rushing. Or it's like 20 yards rushing and like 30 yards receiving. But he had 2 touchdowns regardless.
Jonathan Taylor, I just don't believe in their O-line. And I could have got more for that trade. We'll just leave it at that.
You absolutely could have. See, this is what I didn't like about the deals too, and we're gonna have to sit up and talk about fantasy football. What I didn't like about the deals is that I looked at it from a totality standpoint. I'm like, y'all just gave Justice 2 first-round players, and like he didn't give up anybody. Like he didn't really trade anyone, and so
because hold on, Josh let go of Devontae Adams, didn't he?
Yeah, he got Devontae Adams and Jonathan Taylor from you, and he didn't trade any of his like starters. The only starter he gave up was Devontae Smith, and he was the flex guy that he didn't even start every week.
You know what? Looking back, I should have taken DeAndre Hopkins from him.
So the potential of Justice's team is great at this point because I'm looking at his starting lineup once he has the people back.
I don't believe in. So I'll tell you, I don't believe Jonathan Taylor's going to turn it around this year.
So look at. Well, it'll be a man if the O-line does. But look at Justice's lineup. Mahomes, Jonathan Taylor, Najee Harris, Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams. He's starting Taysom Hill at tight end, but he still has Kyle Pitts. And then at flex, that's where he's going to be playing musical chairs. Josh dropped the Eagles defense, which was ranked number
That was so stupid.
And Justice somehow got him because of the waiver wire order. Because Justice didn't pick anybody up initially, so he moved up in the waiver wire. And I saw it, and of course I put in an order for him. But because I have the best record in the league, I'm not getting anyone. So I
didn't even see it on the waiver wire when I scoured the waiver wire. Maybe I just missed it because I would have thrown a bone at it just because it's them.
Well, right now he's got Romeo Doubs as his flex, which makes sense because if the Packers do actually start throwing, he's probably going to be
I gave him Doubs.
One of the guys. He's going to be one of the two is what I'm saying that gets the ball. And he's fucked now because Antonio Gibson's a backup and I have Brian Robinson. So, like, now I do have another running back. But that's why I started Brian today because I wanted to see Antonio Gibson got no carries here in the first quarter. I didn't even see him in. J.D. McKissick was in. So I think he's benched. Yeah. And so, like, Brian Robinson, I looked at it, I was like, man, he was really good at Alabama last year. I know Bryce Young had a great year, but people overlooked this brother and, like, what he did. He had a hell of a year at Alabama. Most Bama backs do. But, like, a little whistle.
Yeah, we're picklebacking it today.
But yeah, I don't like it because he got two guys and he didn't trade anybody. So
yeah,
like, I was like for the Josh deal, I was giving him two guys I've started pretty much every week, and it's just like I don't understand. And Josh needed a running back, and that's why I made the comment I made after Monday night. I was like, well, Josh has got to trade Devontae Adams if he wants to save his season. Because if he drops to 2-4, I think we all know that if you lose 6 games in the league, that's 7-6.
Yeah.
But if you lose 6 games, you're pretty much. I mean, you might not make it.
Look here, I'm not happy with my roster right now.
I know you're not
because
you have no steady running back.
Well, here's the thing: when have you seen me this active?
I haven't.
I'm the Packers. I usually draft well, and we ride it out.
See, and with you, I'm looking at your roster now. That's why I was like, you're probably gonna have to trade Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
But you could get a haul for him because outside of Josh Allen, he might be the only other quarterback you would just absolutely have to have.
Well, yeah, I gotta get a haul for him. So like Russell Wilson and that bullshit you
you need a quarterback. I would have because there's not one you can just pick up. So like I would be giving you a quarterback.
Look,
like that come on, man. You know that Russ is going to be better than what he's been. There's just
I don't know that
he's going to do that all year.
Possibly.
270 yards, 2 picks, no touchdowns. He's not doing that all year.
Look here, I'm on the Russ is cooked bandwagon. So like I can't come on this podcast every week and say the things that I say and think that I think about Russ, and then pick him up in fantasy. And I can't give you the satisfaction of throwing it in my face either. Once I go on a fucking Russ tirade and you go, man, he's your fantasy quarterback. So
I'm just saying you would still need a quarterback. And that was my biggest thing. You still would need
I need a mid-tier quarterback. I need 15 to 20 every week. This game right here, boy, it's something that I can't say out loud.
This one's looking a little bit worse than last week.
Hey, what do you want to talk about? Like we did no pre-prep at all.
We can here. I tell you what. Let's get into something very important because it involves one of the teams playing today. How about Daniel Snyder and his bombshell?
Oh yeah,
I've got dirt on all these motherfuckers, and basically, if I'm going down, he basically pulling a Nino Brown. If I'm going down, I'm bringing everybody with me. He's like, this is bigger than Nino Brown. This is big business.
Hey,
that's what the fuck he said. He said, I tell you what, yeah, I'll get rid of the team. He said, but I'm bringing everybody else with me.
Let me tell you what was so funny about the response to it, right? I listened to a few people talk about it, and they tried to put him in the the Sarver and the Sterling category. But here's the thing. They were like, nobody likes him. They're going to force him out, and he's not going to be able to do the business that he wants to do because nobody wants to work with him. And I go, I don't think y'all understand what this man is doing. He parties with these guys. He hangs out with these guys. He's on group texts with these guys. They share mistresses, right? They share lawyers. Like I think you said in the group earlier today. He's like, if I'm a racist and a sexist, Jerry, play with me. Bob, play with me. You know what I mean? Like, all y'all got this great favor in the public eye. Arthur
not the only nigga, man. Arthur like the only nigga I feel like that really don't be doing that shiesty shit.
I know.
He doesn't appear to be that type of guy.
Hey, but think about it. There are levels to shiesty that you and I expect. We understand.
It could be some shit like if it's on Arthur, it'll be, man, you didn't even own an NFL team, but I know about this. Like before you even bought the Falcons, I know about it.
Or think about this. Some of the stuff that we say in the locker room or said in the locker room are things that we would never say in public. Or we would make the points publicly, but we would dress them up, right?
Who documents that? Like anything that we've said that I think the public opinion might question. Like nobody at that point, then you're not my friend. Like what the fuck are you doing, like doing this?
Exactly. But if somebody gets that information and they put it out, we might shut up if we trying to take something from them.
Yeah.
So I think it's stuff like that the public is going to overreact to. But let's be real. Do we think that some of these owners use the N-word in their group texts and in their private conversations?
Yeah, somebody probably called. I'm not saying Jerry did it, but Jerry might have called T.O. a nigga. I mean, at one point, like, man, like he's like this nigga here. Oh, he's such a nigger. But like, no, it's just like this, like who's Laurie? Jeffrey Laurie owns the Eagles, right?
Yeah.
But when T.O. was doing the sit-up shit, he might have been like this nigga here, like.
Why you gotta act like a nigger?
Right. I just don't get it. It's just like, why is he doing this type shit? Yeah.
Like the John Gruden email. Some of that stuff that he said. That one of these days. We're going to have an honest conversation. I don't know and I don't know when it's going to happen about how people who are close to one another communicate and the words that they use that are not acceptable in public, but even those words are not reflective of their actions towards those people.
Right.
But because we live in a society where the PR campaign is more important than what is actually going on, he's going to hold this over those owners' heads, and I think they're going to shut the fuck up unless they can get the other corporations to pull funding and sponsorship from them, which I don't think they can do because if he starts feeling that heat, I feel like he's going to start dropping dimes.
Mm-hmm.
No, Danny. He's gonna like drop real dimes, like no Dilfer, like Aaron Rodgers, back in 2010, and then we're gonna get some straightening here because he denied it. But come on, man, when has Wickersham led us wrong?
He hasn't. And so I think that when it comes to Daniel Snyder and the issue, you know what the biggest issue with him is? He's been the most controversial owner in the NFL.
He's a shitty owner.
You start talking about there's the team name thing, which kind of a bad break in reality. I mean, but it's negative surrounding the team. Then you got the Gruden emails and stuff surrounds the team. Bad business in general for the ownership. Then they're talking about the payroll and stuff. Like, it's just a lot of weird stuff going on there. And then he's kind of smug. Because what is he? Daniel Snyder's probably in his late 50s, early 60s. He's like a relatively young owner. He's not old as shit. He could own the team another 25 years himself, alive. And so I think that when you look at – that's why when with the Broncos sale, right? You look at that. You look at –
He's 57, bro. He's 57, bro. He's a young nigga.
I said that, but I'm saying when you look at Daniel Snyder, he looks young. But you look at who owned the Broncos. It was the
Bowman family.
Yeah, Bowman family. You got them. You had Al Davis die. When you look at the NFL and the guys outside of Jerry, kinda, I guess Jerry might be the longest standing owner in the NFL. No,
the Mara family. You got the Mara family. You got Pittsburgh.
Oh, and then Chicago.
You got Chicago, and you got New York Giants.
Not Hallis. It's not Hallis.
Hallis
is the coach. Who's the owner?
No, Hallis is the Bears.
The Brown family owns.
And the Brown family owns the Browns.
Yeah.
And the Chiefs.
And Cincinnati.
Hunt. Yeah, I meant Cincinnati, not the Browns, because Jimmy Haslam is not.
He's known for loves.
Yeah,
I just think of truck stops when I hear that nigga's name.
And University of Tennessee. Their business school is named after him.
Business program, right?
Yeah, their business school is named after him. I've had reservations about finishing my application because of him, and that's stupid. I'm going to pay my application fee next week.
Still moving the ball. It's still 0-0 though.
But you know what? I hope they call this bluff. I know they're not.
I want to hear what comes out.
I do too. And I want to watch the fake outrage, and then I want to watch how ESPN and Fox and Stephen A. Smith and Colin Cowherd and Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp and Michael Irvin and name that pundit tuck their fucking tails because the NFL pays their goddamn salary.
But you know what makes it so crazy about that whole ordeal is the fact that when you look at it in totality, this guy is coming out saying he's got all this dirt on these people. And then, he also said he had it on Roger. So that's another layer to it. He's got dirt on the commit. Like what could you actually know about the commissioner? But that sounds like secondhand information that he got from another owner. Because I don't foresee, maybe they did hang out.
Well, allegedly he hired a PI.
Well, they said that he hired private investigation and then hired private investigation to private investigate the private investigators. When they were doing the
hey, that's a bad motherfucker right there.
Well, that's a rich motherfucker because at that point you're just like, man, I don't even give a shit. We're gonna write the check, but I need to know everything about everything.
Justin, you cannot miss that.
Hold on, I think I'm a couple. It was 3rd and 3 pass.
Yeah.
Let me see what he does. Hold on.
Fuck what he does.
Was it bad of a pass? Let me see.
He missed the in cut.
Oh, yeah, there's a guy underneath that was wide open.
For the first down, like, what are you doing, bro?
Oh, more than that. He would have had like 20-yard yak.
That lets you know that he wasn't reading. He's one reading. He's out.
Yeah, now you're punting again.
He's Ohio State quarterback. He's used to his receivers winning and getting open.
But is he really? Yeah, okay. And then they're even circling how open he was.
Yeah. That's I'm used to my receiver always getting open and making me look right.
Mooney, and he's like, I don't trust Pettis. Or he just is a bad read, but still.
Hold on, Wingstop has chicken sandwiches now?
Oh, yeah.
What? They look.
Apparently, they sell out, too.
They ain't Popeyes though.
Is anything Popeyes?
If it's not made at somebody's house, probably not.
I'm a big Popeyes guy.
Oh,
Oh,
me
the first time I had it, I thought they had the best one. The first time I had it, only because the first time I had it, it was.
Oh yeah,
it
the one they serve
actually better.
The one they serving now ain't the first one.
No, it isn't.
Hey, can we talk about something else though? Speaking of NFL and NFL business,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna go back to the roughing the passer call that happened in the Falcons game, and then the bullshit one as well that happened in the Monday night game.
Okay.
And obviously, it's a response to Tua and Tua's concussion and seizures and having the and turn into turn into a crip in the middle of a game, right? This is what I don't like about the NFL.
Crip or cripple?
Have you seen South Park when the the Crip episode?
Maybe.
Jimmy and Timmy, they become Crips. Yeah, that was funny as hell. Jimmy and Timmy become Crips because they think Crip is short for cripple.
Oh.
Fucking hilarious. But anyways.
Funniest episode is when they had what's-his dad on it wasn't Family Feud.
Oh, yeah, on yeah, Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, he's like time's running, and it's like spelling nigger, and then he's just like, it's something that you don't want to be around, or something you hate to see, or something, and then like he said nigger, and everybody was like, and then it was nagger.
I think a rival to that episode is the episode Butters Bottom Bitch when Butters was a pimp. Do you know what I am saying?
No. So I didn't watch South Park like that.
Okay, I've seen every single episode.
Yeah, see, I was only because I didn't watch outside of Chappelle shit. I didn't really watch Comedy Central, but obviously I've seen enough episodes of South Park. But like, I was a King of the. I mean, I was a Fox guy.
You are a King of the Hill guy.
I love King of the Hill. I love King of the Hill is my favorite animated television show of all time. I love King of the Hill. I love Family Guy. Of course, The Simpsons is gold. I mean, like there's so many, like the classic Simpsons stuff is great. It really is. Conan was a writer for them for a long time.
Who?
Conan O'Brien.
Really?
Yeah, man. He was like some of the best. The monorail episode, which is one of the most famous Simpsons, he wrote that episode. Like that's like one of the best episodes of The Simpsons. Simpsons is great, but
bro, no, I need to catch up on Simpsons because I've taken.
Futurama. I love Futurama. Like, and I know that was on Comedy Central a little late, but like,
I haven't seen 5 episodes of Futurama in my life.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not a Futurama.
The first 2 seasons are really good.
Like I was a South Park, Family Guy kid heavy.
You like the I'm not to call it immature, but you like kind of the like super raunchy, like cartoon.
Well, think about it. My humor that I don't even put on podcasts anymore is raunchy and immature. Like it's
who puts that group in? I think it's Jude normally posts it. The group that they make dark humor type jokes.
Oh yeah. So yeah, Bro Code Network.
Yeah, like those type, like because like you get it, you're like, oh man, that's fun.
Hey, we can interview them.
Let's get them on. Let's get them on the cast.
It'd have to be in person.
That's fine.
So funny thing, I probably should have told you this a long time ago. One of the guys on the network is my homeboy Todd, the one who came by the house, the short nigga.
Mm-hmm.
His first cousin, and like one of my young niggas. He's not one of the. He don't be making all the cuts on the page, and I be getting hurt sometimes. But he also has a wife, and you can't just be hanging out the influencer house every night. That's trouble.
That's always bad for business.
Yeah, but anyways, he's part of the network. He and I have talked about it, and he's just like, bro, just pull up, like. So that's something that we need to do.
Yeah, no, for sure. If
the nigga's hot.
If they're open to it, I'm open for business. I
mean, and if they aren't, he is, and he can pull. You know what I mean? Like, anyways,
This football game sucks, by the way, but go ahead.
Is it worse than the one last week?
Man, I just want Brian Robinson to score my anytime touchdown to help my fantasy team and my bet. And it's like these guys aren't sniffing the end zone. I mean, Scary Terry's got 2 catches for 33 yards. I know he's got to be leading everybody in receiving in this game. So, like, I'm not mad, I guess, because I'm getting the most I can out of it. All I need is
put in Heineke.
Score a touchdown.
Put in fucking Heineke, man.
Huh?
Put in fucking Heineke.
Wentz, you know what the scary part is? I picked Wentz up in waivers this week.
His numbers are good.
Yeah, his numbers in fantasy are good. I mean, he's 10th in fantasy. He's had 2 very poor games, but he's had 3 games where he threw for like 350 yards and like 2 touchdowns. One game he had 4, he had 3 in the other. Like, he hasn't played so bad to the point at where he should be benched. Like, he's played significantly better than Mitchell Trubisky. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not playing that bad. But, like, what it is too, he got called.
Media narrative.
Exactly, but that's my point. Like, I guess Heineke is the backup. Like, we know who Heineke is, though. So if Washington is turning to Heineke, they know exactly what they're getting. Taylor Heineke's best game ever was against the Falcons. And it was
when he beat us?
Yeah, he had a great game. It was a homecoming game because he's from here. Like, I think he went to Marist or something, but it was a homecoming game for him.
You know how heartbreaking that game was for me last year?
If we won that game, think about it.
Because besides
the Philly game, I mean, those are just 2 games if you just won.
No. Philly whooped our ass.
No, I know it wasn't close, but I'm just saying this year's team playing Philly last year, and it's so hypothetical, but like they play such a better game against them. And I'm not blaming Matt.
Ooh, we get Kyler Murray next week. Ooh.
Not us.
I'm talking about Thursday Night Football.
Oh, who are they playing?
The Saints.
Sounds like another bad Thursday night game.
Sounds like they told Bezos, "Hey, bro, you got to earn your games." Nigga.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good to me.
But let me get back to this quarterback point, right?
Go ahead.
Because we went way off topic. The NFL doesn't want the Tua thing to happen again. But I think what they're missing, and it's just like when you bring in the liberal white people to address like the race issues, they do it all the way wrong. Is the problem isn't what's happening on the field. It's a contact sport. It's a collision sport. People are going to get hurt. The problem is the protocol. I get you want to protect the quarterbacks because they're the money makers. They're the best players, quote unquote. But what happened to Tua on Thursday night was only problematic because he shouldn't have played on Thursday night. Mm-hmm. And if we're being honest, he probably shouldn't have went back in on Sunday, but he went back in. He was fine. But if you catch what happens on Sunday and Thursday doesn't happen, I don't even think we're having these issues because it's getting to a point to where how do you tackle the quarterback? Yep. I understand protecting the quarterback, but the quarterback is also playing football, and the quarterback is making more money than everybody else. Imagine being a pass rusher and having to think, okay, I can't hit him in his legs because of the Brady rule. I can't hit him in his head because we don't want to give him concussions. If I hit him in the tackle radius, right, in the hit zone, I can't land on him. Mm-hmm. What? Now you're making people think. And if you know anything about football is you want to think as little as possible when you're moving full speed.
Yep.
You want to be reacting. You don't want to be thinking. So I think the NFL is just trying to attack this concussion thing wrong. And let me give you a quick conspiracy theory. You know how Bill Simmons go conspiracy theory, Bill.
Oh, Bill Bimmons?
I don't think Teddy Bridgewater is as concussed as the injury report is showing. I just think the Dolphins are getting punished for fucking up the whole Tua thing.
Do you think, would it be a big deal if the NFL had put out like doctors. If every team's doctor staff was not team hired but NFL hired, I would be more on board with that. And because it's like, yeah, what are the chances that Teddy Bridgewater gets hurt in the first 2 possessions of the fucking game? I mean, and then doesn't return. Like, what are the chances of that? But then again, it supports the narrative of that he's a hurt player because he does get hurt a lot. So it's just kind of like,
but also,
the actual question is like, oh yeah, big shocker.
I don't think that him getting hurt, the initial injury was the NFL being the NFL. I just think once he got hurt, they made the phone call. But man, let me tell you, dude, I'm all for player safety, but you can't make in this American society, right? We're trying to get these definite things going on. You can't make the game 100% safe. It'll never be 100% safe.
Well, there's no way. There just is no. It's. Joe Burrow actually said it the other day. He was like, say you got a guy running at 22, 23 miles an hour, another guy running at 22, 23 miles an hour. It happens because he was talking about the Tua thing, like that. Basically, every play is like that. And he said, honestly, he was surprised that there weren't more injuries because even when the guys are playing, nobody is actually trying to hurt somebody, right? Nobody is coming out trying to hurt anyone.
Not anymore. Not anymore. I think they've taken that out of the game. They've taken it out of the culture. I will say that there was a time in football culture where where trying to hurt somebody was an objective.
Okay.
And I remember having a coach in middle school who said, I'll take a 15-yard penalty if you hurt him.
That's fucked up, man.
It's especially fucked up when you're thinking about, hey, dog, you talking about 13 and 14-year-olds, 12, 13, 14-year-olds playing football, and your 35-year-old ass is like, I mean, yeah, if you hurt him, it's okay. What?
Right. Basically, I'm okay with this.
And don't get me wrong, I was a dirty player. You know, I'm in the pile. I'm jumping on the top of the pile. You know, I hit you if you ain't looking and the whistle ain't blown yet, even though you're away from the play. I'm pinching, scratching, stepping on ankles. Yeah, I was dirty as hell.
You're a dirty SOB, huh, Lee?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But I tried to do it in the confines of the whistle, and I never wanted to hurt anybody. I never tried to purposely hurt anybody. I just wanted to make them feel me out there, pause. But I think that element of football culture isn't as prevalent as it used to be because we've gotten smarter and we're like, that's stupid, bro.
Yeah.
That's just bad human skills, you know?
Right. No, I'm with you on that. From that front, I'm with you. God, it's just the NFL has changed so much. The NFL has changed so much. Football has changed so much because of all the information, right, that's come out in regards to player safety and just concussion and CTE. It's just made the league a different league. Like the league isn't the same anymore. And that's okay. That's okay. I think that it is okay. But at the same time,
bro, there just has to be balance. And if the quarterbacks are playing powder puff, they need to get paid like they're playing powder puff. Mm-hmm. Not like they're playing quarterback. And I was having a conversation with one of my guys. A shout out to my guy. Won't say his name because he's involved in college football. I was like, man, look, maybe.
Do I know this guy?
Huh?
So do I know this guy?
Nah, you don't. But he works in operations at a Division I college football.
Okay, he works in college football currently.
Yes.
Okay.
I was like, dog.
Somebody that had played college football.
He played, but he's in the business now, you know.
Yeah.
I was like, dog, if we need to treat quarterbacks like football players, because they're not treated like football players. There's no real competition at the position. If you play corner, you have four stinkers. You're getting benched. You have a bad half, and your backup is decent. You're getting benched. Quarterback, you got your job for a season.
Uh-oh. You see this?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Carson Wentz looks like he's hurt. His throwing hand hurts.
Yeah. If you're a quarterback, you might have your job for the term of a scholarship or a whole contract, right? Maybe if we bring competition to the quarterback position like we do every other position, and other quarterbacks, like backup quarterbacks, get a chance to be good. Think about this. Nobody wants a good backup quarterback. You want a good backup corner. You want a good backup left tackle. You want a good backup receiver, good backup running back. Nobody wants a good backup quarterback. Nobody would ever start Matt Moore. Nobody would start fucking Chad Henne.
Carson Wentz stinks, but go ahead.
Nobody would start Felipe Franks, Josh Rosen, Blaine Gabbert. What's my boy's name from Florida? Kyle Trask, right? None of these guys would ever start for any team. Nobody would ever look at them as a starter and they go, you know what? Great backup. My boy Chase from I can't think of his last name, who went to Missouri. He's Chase Daniel.
Yeah, the career Chase Daniel.
Yeah. Oh, bro, he's great in the meeting room.
He's a career backup.
Yeah, he's great in the meeting room. You know, he gives great advice. He doesn't mess with the quarterback's psyche or ego. Let me tell you what, dog. Playing cornerback is one of the most psychologically invasive positions I think you can play. Because when a cornerback fucks up, the most, bro, you watch football for the first time. You know nothing about the game.
Mm-hmm.
If a cornerback gets beat deep, you go, oh, that guy, he messed up.
Yeah.
You know, like you don't know nothing about the game.
Football, I know it.
You see a guy run far and stop running. Everyone in the same color he has on celebrates. And the guy who was there puts his head down. You go, But we don't talk about worrying about a cornerback psyche. Quarterback psyche, oh, he can't bring in a good backup because it might mess up his confidence. Being on a fucking island with somebody who you know is faster than you, you know you run 4.68, and that nigga right there, he run 4.4, and you sitting there like, it about to be a long day.
Yeah, and
how do I stop this?
I see they got Boger's younger brother out here. Nah, look at that. That's a colorist ass joke of me. It is. I'm so
Boger's lucky he shares.
Nigga, Boger got saved by the fucking Kansas City call because they basically like, look, see, it happens. There's sacks in an NFL game that
the league called it in. The league called it in. They go, Boger, he's our best black. We can't have him getting raked over the coals all week.
Carson actually laid it in the bread basket and Samuel doesn't catch it. But you know what? The issue is that should have been Scary Terry. It would have been a touchdown.
Well, I mean, you
know that Terry was the deep guy for Ohio State.
Well, he's a nothing burger for Washington.
Well, hold on now. He hasn't been that bad. That's why, yeah, everybody's like, yeah, you're trying to trade him. I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to trade him. He's my wide receiver too. He's only giving me, he averages like 8 points a game. So like, yeah, I want to upgrade, but give me somebody that at least gets the ball. Like,
I don't think it's his fault. I blame Carson Wentz. That's why when you offered him to me, I'm like, no.
Well, and that's the same thing that Josh said. I'm just like, so Josh, you just gonna turn your back on your quarterback? The nigga that look, if Nick Foles was the quarterback of the Eagles all year, they wouldn't have been the number 1 seed. So that's as far as how I look at it. Now, look, maybe the injuries have fucked this man up.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm just saying, let's not act like he don't got no throwing talent. And see, I hate it because
he's one of the best. He's one of the best arm talents in the league. Like, he can make throws that nobody else can make and think about making.
Guys like J.D. McKissick, because they're running a hurry up, has been getting all the carries on this drive because they're setting up to throw. And so, yeah, he's getting a bigger hole. It's like that should be Brian Robinson's fucking. I don't like this.
What? I ain't never had this much trouble selling the strap. What?
You trying to sell a gun?
No, I'm reading Facebook.
Oh.
I ain't no.
I the way you said it,
I know, yeah. No, I've purchased two guns in my life. One is in my nightstand, and the other I gifted to my mother, and it's in her nightstand. And the next one I purchase will be for my wife, and it will be in her nightstand.
Yeah. I mean, I don't carry. Jew's a carrier.
I don't carry either. I don't carry.
Yeah, I don't even have one in my car. I probably should, low key, but like,
you know what?
Mine sits in this house. You guys have never seen me pull my gun out.
Well,
he keeps throwing to Curtis Samuel. Curtis Samuel keeps dropping the pass. Stop throwing the nigga the ball, Carson. That's 2 straight times he was fucking wide open and he dropped the pass. Give the ball to Terry.
Well, they tried to.
No, man. They have to understand people are betting on this stuff.
Let me tell you about carrying, right? Because we're both grown-ass men who got to come home to more than just ourselves, right?
Correct.
I keep a weapon in my house because if you break into my house, I don't care. You're dying.
Right. At that point, there it is. Oh. Well, they threw it to Terry. That's all I care about. At least that's getting the look for the TD. That's
like, come to my house, that's non-negotiable. But if I'm out and about, because even when I used to come, like when I come to your house, there's been a couple times I'm like, hey,
you had your piece.
I'm like, hey, can I put where can I put this? Like, I don't want to keep it in the car. Whatever.
Yeah.
Now, bro, I don't even.
Atlanta though too. Not saying always ain't different, but I'm just saying like in Atlanta, the way that this shit's going.
But here's my thing. I don't even bring it because I go, okay, what comes with me pulling this out, right?
Yeah.
If someone's trying to rob me, I don't carry cash. I don't carry $100 cash. Like, let me look at my wallet right now, bro. That's how much cash I got in here. Same wallet I lost in these people. Bro, I got a 50 in here. I got 50 cash. So, like, if you rob me, bro, you are getting some cards, some ID cards. Like, I keep my ID. You can't do nothing with this. No way.
Nah.
If you take my American Express, bro, I'm turning it off as soon as I get. If you let me keep my phone, I'm turning it off like as soon as you leave here. All this other shit, bro. Like, I got good fraud protection, so we good. So I go, bro. I just honestly, I'd rather get robbed than have to shoot somebody
over some dumb shit.
Over some dumb shit because. I don't live a life of crime, so I don't have a bunch of liquid on me that you can actually take that would be worth fighting for. I'm a law-abiding citizen, so if you take my stuff, man, I'm like, hey, let me just keep my work ID. Let me keep my ID cards, man. And these cards,
bro, like, please don't make me go to the DMV. Don't make me just. Look,
because you can't do nothing. You can't do nothing with these cards.
Cards, you got the cash. Go ahead.
Keep
the stuff that I know you're gonna throw away.
Yeah, and let me keep.
Honestly, can I get the wallet too? I mean, look, I could buy another wallet. I tell you keep the wallet, but just the cards, just anything with my face on it. Because, I guess you know where I live. Maybe if my ID even has, like, my ID doesn't have my actual address. So
mine doesn't either.
But it has an address. They don't know. I mean, it's my parents' house. But like,
same. And I'm just like, hey, can I just let me keep my phone because I can track where you're at with that. Like having this doesn't really help you out. You're not gonna get it moved quick enough. And I mean, like, you ain't gonna get this shit off quick enough to not get caught. Like, I'm trying to help you help yourself.
So they ain't be like, so you one of them smart ass niggas, huh?
Right? Yes. Here.
Well, I tell you what. Hey, I tell you what, nigga. Let me get that brain then.
I go here. Here's the one they want. This one right here. This Amex Platinum. Boy, take that. Run it up, nigga.
Right.
Because
hey, brother, I can tell you where you can even withdraw. I'll give you the 10. I'll give you the pen.
Right, like, hey, it's a charge card. So, like, honestly, dog.
Regardless, I'm gonna tell him I'm gonna do a police report. I don't know what you look like, but I'm gonna give him the police report, and I won't even file that until because you got to take my phone. It's gonna take me a minute to file that because I can't just call. I'm not calling Amex. I'm calling the police, but then I got to figure out how I'm gonna get home.
Yeah,
or maybe I'll drive around a little bit, man. Just look, you can go here though with that.
Yeah, bro, just run this, bro. You got 24 hours to run this,
bro. They love Amex instead of fucking Visa and MasterCard. I promise it always goes through. Just put it all on there, man. He's like, man, put it on something that's minus 5,000, bro. You good. Like
run it up.
As soon as it wins, you can withdraw the money. Bitcoin, nobody will ever have to know. Like yeah, so
some guy to comment said, guys, stop it. Do you really think you're going to negotiate with potential killers? Most robbers aren't killers. They're robbers.
But I've been robbed. I've had a home invasion before. And
shit.
Yeah. Freshman year. I know.
Townhouse?
Sophomore year. Yeah, it was at the townhouse. I got a home invasion done once, and
you about some college niggas, huh?
So this is what happened. So my mom had died, which actually it's not funny, but crazy enough, this year it'll make 10 years. And so she passed away the start of sophomore year. It was the day before the homecoming. And so when she passed away, I got her car. That was kind of one of the things that I got. My mom drove an Escalade. If you remember, I used to have an Escalade. I used to drive an Escalade.
Yeah, bro, that was so funny when we were talking, when somebody said something about Obama, and I thought about like Obama and the picture I took with Obama and the events that led up to that night, me and you going to the Escalade while everybody else was passed out. We won't talk about that shit. No, we didn't fuck, guys. I get it. We
went to Morehouse. But
but no, like we go to the Escalade and it's just me and you. So it's funny that you bring up the Escalade because
that's how I got the car. And basically, I had switched cars, and my older brother, he just so happened we lived together. So, I mean, he had just gotten a new car. He had gotten it wasn't new, but it was a different car, and it was better than the car he had before. So he had gotten it was a Silverado. So it was maybe 2 years behind. So that was 2012. He might have had a 2010. So was body and stuff.
But was it souped up? Did it have some shit on it?
No, it was basic. But like the thing is, he had the car, and essentially they saw that, and that's what they told us when the home invasion happened. They came in and they told us that it was somebody in the neighborhood that said that we had work, and I had probably an eighth of weed. And that was it. And he was upstairs asleep. But not even to get into too many details on it. But the fact of the matter is that when they were talking to me, most of them aren't killers. I wouldn't have been surprised if those guns weren't loaded. But the thing is that allegedly, that's the key word. I mean, we don't know. Nobody, a lot of people are trying to blame this woman for it.
Well, I think it's kind of gone out the window. But to you, Dave, I want to let you know that the two guys who are talking right now, we move a little bit differently. We don't wear big jewelry. We're not famous, so there's not an immediate assumption of a large amount of money from people who don't know us. And it's just a little bit different because I'm gonna sound terrible, but listen to PNB Rock's interviews and the way he talked about how he moves is not how I move. I don't go to the hood. Period. I'm a suburb, mainstream. I'm a downtown type of guy. I'm not looking for the hole in the wall. And if I go to the hole in the wall, boy, I look like the hole in the wall. I've gone out with an ID and cash.
Go out ID. Might be hurt.
Yeah, look like it. Shit, he got sacked 3 times.
Who's Chicago's backup? I know it was Dalton last year. Who is it this year?
Me?
Man, hey, gambling opportunity for anyone listening live. Go ahead if you've got the mortgage in your account, bet it. Just take Washington money line. I promise you won't regret it. Because the game's already fucking sucked. Think about it. Richard Sherman and them were like, "Can we get a touch?" Richard Sherman in the pregame was literally like, they asked them like, "What do you want to see in today's game?" And Richard Sherman was like, "A touchdown." He's like, and he said we took the week off last week for it. He's like, "Can we just see a touchdown?" And
Hey Dave, we didn't. Hey Dave, we didn't take nothing like to heart. Nothing. You didn't start any trouble at all. You had a perspective. Oh, let me show you this comment. You had a perspective, and we're just going to respond to it from our point of view because we don't live hip hop. We listen to that shit, but like we don't live.
Yeah,
hip-hop, bro.
it's just like anything else, Dave. It's entertainment. It's entertainment.
And I'm a Charleston White fan, so I'll call some of them niggas out and say them niggas is stupid and they doing stuff that puts themselves in bad position because you just can't keep going around poor people, telling them how poor they are, and then go shine in their face and don't think they're gonna show you something. That ain't right. But
well, and going to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, and like I said, I don't remember which one it was, but it's funny. We talked about that in the group. I think that because I said that something was said about it, and I was just like, there's like Roscoe was typically in the hood. Like the one I went to, I know was in the hood.
I've been
in South Central. So
I've been to 3 of them, and here's what I'd say.
I know there is one in Hollywood or West Hollywood or something like that. Like I know there's one there, but like there's like 2 of them I know for a fact. Or like smacked it, and one of them I went to.
So I've been to 2 in the hood, and I would recommend going to the one in Anaheim. It's not in the hood.
Well, that's like suburb.
Yeah, bro, that's in Orange County, and they would tell you
in Hollywood. Look, there are people that will rob you in Hollywood.
Bro, Dolph got shot. Where the rich niggas be at? Another rapper got robbed and shot on where everybody go shopping at in LA?
Rodeo?
On Rodeo, yeah. One of these rappers got shot on Rodeo, bro. All I know is here's the thing, and we're gonna pivot off of this, is there is a lot of negative attention that comes in the rap world where it comes to murder, crime, robbing, shooting. And I can't listen to your lyrics, hear what you say in your lyrics, and then be shocked when the stuff that you speak about in your lyrics are part of your reality.
Right.
Like, we don't do no gangster shit around here.
I'm with you.
We get drunk. We watch sports. Back before I got married, we may chase a little ass,
Right.
And then that's kind of all we do, we don't like. When's the last time we've been in like a legitimate confrontation with a random person?
Haven't.
Yeah, bro. Like,
haven't.
Like, I live in Albany, and people tell me, bro, you got to be careful when you go. I'm like, look here, I don't bother nobody. When you don't bother nobody, and you don't be like, I don't look rich. I ain't rich. So when I ain't rich, I don't look rich. You don't get bothered. Let me see. You want to talk about the Redeem Team?
I do want to get into the Redeem Team just because you watched it now, correct?
Yeah, but I'm gonna need your undivided attention. I can't have your phone
I'm sorry. Just give me 2 seconds. I'm literally.
No, you okay? I just need you to know.
I understand. I'm gonna give it to you
because you're not gonna give me anything.
Give me 2 seconds. You'll get a.
Bro, you just say I'm gonna give it to you. Give me 2 seconds. No, you can't give it to me. It's not for you.
Lead us up, and I'll be able to. Let's see, 62. I just have to. I'm doing some math in my head. 62, 17 and a half. That's interesting.
Let me tell you what, man. So we're gonna talk a little redeem team because I already know the side that Parlay Pete's gonna take, right?
Huh.
He's really gonna talk about
Let's start it off this way. Let's just talk about the doc before we even get into
okay.
the dynamic of the actual team and
because
what we took away from that aspect of it.
Okay, because the Kobe LeBron dynamic from that doc, I think is getting misunderstood by a lot of niggas on Twitter, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that there's this idea that not this idea. Kobe came in and he showed them niggas how to be great, how to be winners. He set the tone. And people are gonna make this a Kobe versus LeBron thing. And if you really pay attention to it and you understand Kobe and LeBron and who they are and who they grew into throughout the years, LeBron taught Kobe how to lighten up, and Kobe taught LeBron what it takes to be the guy. And I don't think, and like the crazy thing is, like there's a contentious relationship between a lot of Kobe and LeBron fans that doesn't exist between
10 years ago. I think 10 years ago, not even 10, like 11, 12 years ago. I think it was I mean, you got to think about it. We're talking anything else that anyone wants to dispute, like whether there's, if you're in Philadelphia, right, there's a certain cheesesteak place, or in Atlanta, like where you get your wings. There was just a point in time where that shit existed. It was real. And it was an international debate because it was, well, LeBron's got the stats, but Kobe also kind of has the stats, but he's not as a complete player as LeBron, but he also is more of a winner. And then there was people say, oh, well, Shaq. But then it's looking at, oh, well, LeBron. It's like, well, he's not doing this, that. It's like, well, he's won 66 games. Why can't he do it in fucking May? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then you look at, like, if we play like the history game, right? You go back and look at those LeBron rosters, you go, how the fuck did y'all get to 66 and 12?
That is true.
Like, this ain't even me being like a LeBron homer, LeBron truth. You really be like
significantly better.
And I just think the fans created like this division between two guys who were pretty cool and cordial and had a lot of respect for one another, you know? Like, I think there was healthy competition there, but
absolutely.
But you and I have healthy competition in fantasy football. And then when we're not competing against each other, you're one of my best friends. Like you know how my week has been this week without us going into my personal life on here.
Mm-hmm.
And you were one of the first people who I talked to. You know what I mean? Like
that, and I promise I'm Yeah, the Nike commercials, of course, which summed up kind of everybody's arguments with each other, because it was, the puppets where LeBron's like, he's like, well, I had 30 triple doubles this year. He's like, you know what that means, right, Kobe? And then he was just like, no, he said, I just know what 5, 4, or at the time even because they were airing them during the finals when the Lakers were in. So he's like, all I know is I got 1, 2, 3, 4 rings. And then he's like, and then LeBron's doing the throwing up the fucking chalk. He's like, woo! He's like, let's go. And that is the one thing our generation got robbed of. We most definitely should have had a Kobe LeBron NBA Finals. But I'll tell you, no, look, as a fan of Kobe, this is what I can admit. Kobe was the letdown in that. He was the letdown because the year LeBron first went to Miami was the year the Lakers should have went back.
That was Kobe, Dwight Howard, Steve Nash.
No. That the second year was.
You're right.
Once they had won back to back, they didn't do that. They lost to the Mavericks that year because that's who LeBron lost to. That what it is they got swept by the Mavericks, and so that was Phil's last year as the coach, and so like Phil Jackson, Phil Jackson fun fact, Phil Jackson had never been swept
till he saw Rick Carlisle.
That his last NBA series game was him getting swept. He never had been swept as a head coach. And so, but that's why Dallas was the team of destiny that year.
You want to hear something so funny about that and how the way the media covers things really just fucks up fucks our views up about stuff. LeBron gets killed for getting beat by that Dallas team. And granted, he did not have a great series.
They ran through the gauntlet in the West that year.
They did. But if you look at who they beat to get there, it makes sense why they won the championship. Like,
man, they swept the three back-to-back
finals appearances,
Western Conference champions. Well,
yeah.
The Lakers went to 3 straight NBA finals.
Yeah,
and I think the Lakers were the home team in that series. Like they had home court advantage, and they lost the first 2 games at home. And then, matter of fact, that's exactly what happened because the J.J. Barea, Andrew Bynum incident was Game 4 in Dallas. So the Lakers had home court advantage. They lost. I think it was the 2-3 matchup is what it was that year.
No, that was round 1, wasn't it?
No, that was the second round.
Second round.
The Lakers played in the first round? Who? KD and Russ.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they did play that KD Russ team, and that's when KD and Russ let niggas know, oh, we here.
But you know what? That was also a year where, like, the 8 seed was, like, a 50-game winner. So, the number 1 seed to the number 8 seed was a difference of, like, 7 games.
The difference between 1 and 8 was tighter than the difference between 8 and last.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And but so, I just think that we got robbed. But to go more into it, what I took away from it before we get really into that aspect, I thought that the way that they set it up, and shout outs to LeBron and his team for putting it together. Obviously, he executive produced, but it got to show kind of what, especially because those guys, the young guys that 03 class were kind of thrown into the fire. They were kind of thrown into the fire to compete with the team in 04 because nobody did want to play. But then you do forget that, like, man, the United States did have a bad reputation a little bit because of George Bush and, like, what was going on.
And Larry Brown. Like, Larry
Brown was the coach, right? And AI, think about it, AI was already having issues, but him and Tim Duncan were the best players on the team.
They was 2 of the best niggas in the league.
They were in 04 for sure. AI was probably still averaging 30, and Tim had just came off another title in 03.
But
the Lakers 3-peat, he won.
But if you look at that, right, and I remember like watching, I was taking notes, and I go, I think that 04 Olympics is what powered LeBron, Melo, CP in this player empowerment era because they sitting there, bro. They busting them niggas ass in practice. Braun is coming out there giving niggas work. Melo's giving niggas work. You really think Steph Marbury was guarding CP3 in practice?
Oh, in 04, yeah. Nah. I honestly, no, I don't.
No, he's getting his boot smoked by CP3 in practice. Like, that's young CP3. He wasn't fat yet. That's when he was fast, could dunk, like the dunk. And they sitting there like, hold on, why are we on the bench? Oh, you guys are young.
Exactly. And
man, if you don't get my young ass on the court.
That's Larry. Think about it. Larry Brown coached at SMU for a little bit. That was the Larry Brown aspect of
Uncle Shay.
How is it, by the way?
Dog.
I never got a review.
Bro, this is the best cognac I've ever had in my life. I promise.
Really?
Now,
it's better than Douce and Hennessy.
Absolutely.
Wow.
You know what? I'm gonna put a bottle in order tonight. Hopefully, I get it.
Bring it next week.
Yeah. Text me your mailing address.
No, bring it.
It's gonna take like 8-9 days. So
you can't buy. You haven't bought.
You gotta order it.
Store. Oh.
So text me your actual mailing address, and I'll get it mailed to your house.
Yeah.
So it should be there in time for homecoming.
It'd be great to have. I'll text it to you, but
because it goes down like when's this 5 for 14? This nigga sucks. But no, it goes down like water, and there's only like a little bit of spice on the top on your top lip.
So it almost sounds like Wayne's rum, because Wayne's rum is kind of like that. It's got this spice, but it's like a vanilla and like cinnamon kind of thing.
Like,
is it flavored? Does it kind of have a flavor, or does it taste like cognac?
It tastes like cognac, but like it don't hurt.
Eric Boyd is licking his chops right now, by the way. But nonetheless, back to the Redeem Team doc. One of the biggest takeaways I took, and I said it in the group once I had finished it, was that Team USA did need Kobe Bryant.
Absolutely.
They needed him. I think that the team is talented enough to honestly win without him, but I think that he instilled the work ethic, the focus, everything all the intangibles. Fuck him actually on the court. Like all the intangibles. When they had said that this brother, they were getting back from the club at 4 a.m. in Vegas in the hotel lobby, and they saw Kobe headed down, they were like, yo, what you doing? And he was like, I'm headed to the gym. Bro, but you know what? And I get it, Kobe is dead, but we've already heard these stories about Kobe. So he doesn't even have to vouch for him. It's not them making this stuff up. Kobe really was. One time, think about it, they said LeBron
after the finals.
He said that Kobe was drenched in sweat and them niggas like, bro, this is why I love Kobe Bryant.
Dog, but listen to this, because you're saying that team needed Kobe. I think American basketball needed Kobe here. It changed American basketball, right? Because this era,
national basketball, they talked about it in the doc. Bro, I don't give a look like Michael Jackson in China.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck about the international shit. I'm saying the way it changed the way American basketball players approach the game. Because if you listen to Richard Jefferson talk about when they beat the Warriors in the finals, right, in Game 7, they fly to Vegas that night. They party all night. They come in about 4 or 5. RJ said 7:30. Bron is at the gym working out. This is after winning the championship.
Yeah.
He doesn't do that if Kobe ain't doing what Kobe's doing because he don't learn it.
Doesn't do it when they know they're going to smack Puerto Rico and they're going to smack Jamaica in the qualifier in Vegas.
And you know, I reference Gilbert Arenas a lot on this podcast because I'm a big Gilbert Arenas fan.
I love Habat. Look, I love Habat.
Yeah, but Gilbert talks about he had vets who taught him a little bit about how to prep. But then the first time he was, like that nigga, he was playing against Kobe. And he saw Kobe shoot around and how Kobe would shoot around and how he would get mad. He'd be like, Raja Bell wouldn't guard me like this. And Gil here, he like, hold on, bro. You playing against the Wizards tonight. Why are you worried about how Raja Bell guards you? Oh, Raja Bell is one of the best niggas who guards you. So you ain't even thinking about tonight in your prep. You were thinking about what gives you the most fits in your prep. And then Gilbert changed his prep based on what he learned from Kobe. And that Mamba mentality, the way it infused into LeBron, it infused into D-Wade. You know what? It didn't infuse into Melo. And the document, like Melo was like, nah, bro, that shit was too early. Well, that shows you Melo's career because Melo's more talented than LeBron. Melo's more talented than.
Whoa.
No. Naturally, natural.
I think he was a better scorer. He
had a
better feel for the game.
Melo was a better basketball player, natural basketball player than most of our favorite players. But because and he had the body. Melo was 6'8" with hips and ass. Pause. Not because I'm attracted to it, but because like, right, nigga, you play basketball. You know, like you
Hey,
guard you guard nigga with some hips and ass and trunky leg, bro. That's a different guard than some
it
skinny nigga.
is
You know what I mean?
absolutely a
Like
dude that's got a body on
where,
him.
where his butt can be separation.
Yeah.
Forget how long his arms are and how he can separate with the dribble. If he can separate with just his butt, where he can really put his butt on you, not even like toot it out, you know what I'm saying, to get you off of him. It's just enough back there to where you can't get to the spot you want to defensively. Melo had all of that. And this documentary really showed why there's still meat on the bone of Melo's career, where I think D Wade got everything he could have gotten out of his career out of him.
I think it's absolutely injuries clearly, because even when they talked about that, him getting injured, like him getting ready to, would he be ready in time to be on the team? Bosh was like, man. And I remember when the Heat sucked that year because they got Beasley.
Yeah.
They got Beasley with the second pick. That was who they picked. And so I remember when the Heat were bad that year, and then they played the Hawks like 2 years later in the playoffs. In like the first round, we beat them. It was matter of fact, Secret Base, or what used to be it's like BR Sports, but they did Secret Base on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Do the thing, and they talked about how that was like one of the worst series ever. I remember because I went to it, and so but I just remember how bad the Heat kind of were before LeBron had got there. And they became a playoff team, and clearly Wade just needed help. But when I look,
think about that summer,
it formed that team.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it was such an important moment in basketball. Like I said, for Kobe, they just lost to the Celtics, and they got Powell. Powell was new. Powell came before the All-Star break to the Lakers, and even then they were already cool, of course, because they were teammates. They went to the finals. Powell finally was winning, and what does he do? And then if you look at even Powell, like he was going to run through that motherfucker thing. Powell was always plagued as a soft player to begin with, right? Like he was always looked at.
That's why Kobe ran through him. He knew he could do it.
Exactly, but in turn, it should be helping Powell to be tougher.
But it did because
the next year, what happened? You win.
Yeah. Straightening.
You win. And then what happens the next year? Not only do you win again, but you play the same team that you played 2 years previously.
And Powell was the reason for the season.
He showed up bigger.
Because Kobe was
and then you had an older Rasheed Wallace and an older KG too. Now they were still good players. They were still good players. Yeah. But I'm just saying, I mean, God, this guy.
Dog, I just don't think we understood until this documentary came out, most of us, how important that redeemed team was to basketball. Because I hear Jason Tatum, Devin Booker, these guys talk about Mamba mentality. I don't think they truly understand it, because I think they learned it from a retired Kobe who actually was focused on being a good dad.
Giving them good pointers, like, man, I do this.
But they
didn't compete against him.
They weren't his competition. So yeah, whatever. But the way you listen to, because they had enough old Kobe footage. And then when you hear Braun talk about how, yeah, bro, Kobe was just so closed off. That nigga just wanted a hug, bro. He just wanted to be loved. And if you have followed any type of media around Kobe, any reporting on Kobe,
he was a loner.
He was a loner because he came into the league at 17, so he couldn't hang out with the team. Then he was trying to be MJ, and everybody nigga, you ain't that good. Relax, young boy. Chill. But and Jordan, then when he finally becomes him,
recognized early too.
Then he got. But hold on, you think about his wife's situation, right? The family wasn't totally on board with all of that stuff. You know what I mean? All of the circles around him were pretty much And he was
beef with the other best player on the team.
Right. So in his brain, he bro, I know what I'm doing is right, despite what everybody's telling me. And I think that Redeem team, it made it real to him as well, to where, bro, I am the OG now. I am the elder statesman. the shit I be saying, nah, that shit was right. All that shit Shaq was doing, it worked for Shaq, but that ain't real, bro. Everybody else ain't 7 foot with quick feet. You know what I mean? And a wide back.
And let me tell you too, and I'm not saying people's preferences determines what type of person they are. They kind of do, but that's why I love Kobe Bryant so much. Like, I mean, growing up a fan of his, I always just admired, even before the mama mentality thing became a thing when he switched his number to 24. But he always had it in him. Like that's why when people talk about that dog in a player, right? Like, I don't know, even at a younger age, I recognize like Kobe was such a dog, man. And like, it's one of those things where you really either have it or you don't. And like,
it is.
You don't have to have it athletically the way he does. And that's the best part about the mama mentality. You can apply it to everyday life. Like, you can literally, if you're in the business world, I mean, any
Parlay Pete, you want to hear something crazy? When it comes to this podcast shit, right? Whether it's me cooking by myself, whether it's us cooking together, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are times where I go, this is gonna sound so groupie. Will Kobe be doing this right now? Like, and I really be saying that because 65% of my day is spent on making a podcast better. Like, I was sitting thinking, dang, bro, I ain't been to the bar in a minute. Like, I ain't been out to like grab content from the people. I gotta go back out. I gotta touch the people. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got the TV on, bro. Why am I watching some bullshit ass movie that I don't even give a fuck about? Where I can go watch this game, and this game is gonna give me something to talk about in the pod, or I'm gonna watch this Rich Eisen clip. It's gonna give me something to talk about in the pod, or I'm gonna listen to Kanye talking to Tucker Carlson because we're gonna bring that back to the pod. You know what I mean? Like, it's that Mamba mentality that Kobe has. It drives so much of how I have become with my passion shit, bro. And I guess it sits so much better with me when you watch the influence of it and how it's touched so many people.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Pettis is who he ignored earlier.
I saw it
again. Yeah, but he looks down.
He made the right play right here.
9 plays, 94 yards. Oh, he's doing push-ups. Oh, man. Okay, I like that. I like that after Georgia boy, man.
Oh yeah, I forgot, bro. I'm behind. Sorry. Yeah, I got behind earlier and I didn't. Yeah, that's beautiful. But nah, like it's one of those things where that Mamba mentality is something that's real. But if your Mamba mentality only exists on the internet, you don't have it because that's not where his existed. And his was so real. His was so real that he had to come back and ingratiate himself into culture in a way that he would be more acceptable and palatable because people didn't like Kobe. People didn't fuck with Kobe. Like Kobe ain't got a bunch of friends like who played in the league.
But Kobe was so much larger than life too. In a sense of not like blowing or anything, but like,
bro, no, bro. He's
the best player on the Los Angeles Lakers. He was a dude. He had already had the 81-point game. Like Kobe was so accomplished so early. He was a similar in a weird way. I get it. He had Shaq, but like
he's Patrick Mahomes, bro.
He was so accomplished. So I would even argue Brady.
Yes.
And
yes.
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 Like in a sense of he was so accomplished so early. And it was like, man, he's got 3 titles, similar to Brady.
No, it's Brady. Let's play with this, right? Because
Brady is outside of Gronk. It seems like he's kind of a loner too. He's with his wife all the time. Like,
he ain't with her.
Well.
But no, here's the thing. It's Brady because you got the winning so early that you played into your prime with a different without pressure. Like Kobe didn't have pressure stepping into his prime.
In a sports market,
like, bro, you're a champ. Like the way LeBron in that Dallas series is like, it's gonna be a long.
You're a three-time
It's gonna be a
champion.
long. He's sitting there like, bro, it's gonna be a long summer, and Kobe's sitting there like, dang, bro, yeah, Dallas got me, but I got 3. You know what I'm saying? When Brady went through that long spell of not winning championships, bro, I already got 3. Who
I
cares?
still got
Like,
3. There's
bro,
nobody in the league. There's nobody even in the league that has 3.
Exactly. So,
And for the longest, who in the league had 3? Like, let's not count Robert Ory. Duncan was the only motherfucker that had 3.
Can we give Robert Ory like 2 minutes?
Go ahead.
Stop putting this nigga in Hall of Fame conversations, bro. He's a fucking role player. Yeah, he was a great role player. He was on great teams. But stop saying that Robert Ory got this many. I don't give a bro. Robert Ory could have a ring for every season that he was in. He was never the reason for the season. Niggas don't go to the store and be like, hey, yo, let me get the Robert Ory jersey.
Yo, right. Yo, let me get that Ory.
Like, hey, how many pair of shoes Robert Ory put out? Nigga, if you ain't got shoe deals, I don't care. Honestly, if you ain't got no shoe deal, you probably shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. But that's another conversation because the basketball put everybody in the Hall of Fame. Hey, carry it for a second. Talk great things about Kobe while I go tinkle.
Oh, that's an easy conversation for me.
Yeah, I know.
Regardless, in this documentary about the Redeem team, one of the biggest things that I took away was that they couldn't do it without Kobe. And it's not because I'm such a Kobe fan or anything, but the reality of it is this. He instilled that what would become known as the Mamba mentality into the team. He was everything not on the court that they needed. Everything that Team USA lacked. He brought the hard work. He brought the work ethic. And I just think that Kobe was such an important part of the team, obviously on the floor too, but just off the floor, his influence was so much greater. I think that it created something in all those guys to where, you know, it's unfortunate that he's gone now, but like at the same time, that's such a lasting legacy thing. And Doug Collins had said earlier, I think that they had lost to the USSR team. I think it was 72. I don't remember what year. I think it was 72. But they had lost, and he said that that team had a bond forever because they lost and they felt that they got cheated. And I think that Kobe doing what Kobe did brought that team so much more together, and it made it to where it was a different ball game going forward. And he deserves probably, I mean, he gets his flowers. We know that. But I don't even think that people give Kobe his flowers truly for the influence that he put on the game. And that's something that I took away from that documentary. And I think even the coaching changed too. I mean, let's not leave Coach K out. Coach K, being a legendary college coach, they needed a guy that was a good coach. And obviously Coach K is a good coach because of all the good things he's done at Duke. But K brought in somebody that was respectable for the team, even though he was only respectable on the college circuit, and not all those guys even play college. But everybody knows who Coach K is. And I'm sure that they all have been in contact with Coach K at one point or another. I think that he was very important too in that team, honestly.
K bossed up on them niggas, right? Like
because he's an Army dude, right? So like
his status though, really grew with that because you know there was always those rumors that LeBron considered Duke, but if you listen to how LeBron talked about Coach K coming to coach them, you go, "But that nigga wasn't never going to Duke." but
you know, with Kobe too, they had said would have went to Duke.
You want to hear something, man?
Yeah.
let's think about this. If you were a prospect and you got told, "Hey, you gonna go lottery? You lottery." Are you thinking about college out of high school? If you know you want lottery,
Absolutely not.
no.
You,
Especially if I know I'm going lottery and I'm not gonna have expectations early, like Kobe, not LeBron, right? If I'm Kobe coming out at 96, no, yeah,
and, and
different. Out,
you know what the thing is too with that team.
hey, a thought piece, right? Is what that team did for Coach K in the college realm. We'll get back to that conversation, but I just want to throw that out there before I forget.
For sure. The thought is too, when I look at the team, they didn't even technically assemble the best team that they could have because Michael Redd was on the team. And me and Justice.
Nah, fuck that. Michael Redd was that guy. Carlos Boozer is a problem.
Well, Boozer and Darren Williams both.
Not Darren. No, not Darren Williams.
I'm not saying that Darren didn't deserve to be on the team. I'm saying that now Gibson's running the ball. What I'm saying is this. Boozer and Williams were running the show in Utah, and they were good at the time. They were both all-stars. So, I understand why Boozer was on the team. The reason why Red shouldn't have been on the team was because, for one, I would have put – if we're going to take the random NBA guy that was good for 3 years, I would have probably taken Danny Granger at the time.
Was KD on that team?
No, and you could have really thrown a young KD in too.
No, because I saw him at one of the.
He could have been Leitner, but obviously way better. He could have been the Leitner on the team because KD was a rookie in 07. So,
yeah, he should have been on the team just like AD was on the team in 2012.
Yeah, he could have easily been on the team. The 2012 team was really the better team.
Oh yeah, it was Bron.
Dwight was back on it. I think Harden might have been on the team. They were good. That was a good team. I mean, that team was better.
I think 2012 would fucking smoke the Dream Team's boots.
Y'all
tell about the Dream Team, and I tell y'all that Magic Johnson and Larry Bird didn't have shit left in the tank.
Hold on, Kobe wasn't on the 2012 team?
That don't sound
right. No, yeah, he was. All right.
Yeah,
I'm looking at something else. All right. This was the roster. Melo, deserving.
Yeah.
AD as a rookie or fresh out of college.
Yeah, he was rookie. He was after his rookie year, young boy.
It panned out. AD will probably be a Hall of Fame. It panned out.
AD is still a top 8 talent in the league.
Chris Paul, James Harden, Kevin Love, Kobe Bryant, Iggy, Darren Williams again, Russ, LeBron, KD, Tyson Chandler. And Tyson Chandler's fresh off a championship with the Mavs where he was a big piece.
Bro, you know what them niggas would do to the Dream Team?
They'd fuck them.
Drag them.
Yeah.
Hey, look here. Hey, Parlay Pete.
Wait, so you subbed Wade for Harden.
Okay,
or Russ, whomever you want to.
I think James Harden is better at basketball than Dwayne Wade is.
I agree. I think that when it's all said and done, from a totality of a career standpoint, James Harden has been a better player than D-Wade. Nobody wants to actually talk about it, but the reality is that, and as a player, he's a better player than
D-Wade. D-Wade
was injured too much.
D-Wade didn't shrink in the playoffs the way that James Harden has, but if we're talking about just playing the game of basketball, James Harden, come on, man. Come on, man, bro. They
strip club.
Bro, they changed rules for James Harden. And you know what? Nah, let's talk the strip club. James Harden, he built from that. Parlay Pete, my guy.
James Harden
Parlay Pete.
Has an Allen Iverson off-court life.
Parlay Pete, if you and I were in the league together, right? We playing on the same team. What are we doing regularly?
What a bad play call. Go ahead.
What are we doing regularly? Are we going to bed at a decent hour?
More than likely not, no.
I'm not saying we're gonna be in a strip club, but could we possibly bring the strip club to our suite? We tell the team, hey, we don't want individual rooms. Just give us that suite right there. Just get at to Hodges and Lee. Yeah, that's us. Yeah,
Yeah.
just book us together in a suite. We good. And will we bring the party to the house? I mean, I'm just being real. Like I hate when I hear these fucking media pundits talk about James Harden and his lifestyle. It's like, bro, if I was making that much money, I definitely wouldn't be doing this. Dog, when you making that much money, do you know the type of the women you can have sex with? It's far beyond what your wife look like, dog. I promise you. Like I promise you, like them girls you jerk off to, yeah, they finger themselves to you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I'm with you.
And like that's why I hate so much when I hear this shit. Like, man, if I was making $50 million, I would be the best NBA player. No, you wouldn't. When you are making $50 million a year and you got your shoe money and you got your direct TV money, you got all this other endorsement money, and you got the girls that you watched on pornos texting you saying, hey,
I'm trying to do exactly what you watched, what you were beating off to. It's a reality today.
Yeah, that shit you was beating off to, I'm trying to do it, but I'm going to use my real moan.
Well, right. It's going to be crazier than
what you used to. Like PJ Washington stuck up Brittany Renner. Nigga, I would be PJ Washington. You think I'm putting a condom on in her?
No.
Do you think pulling out is on the top of my mind?
You know, we said something about this in the group, not to expose the group, but it was something that came up.
It said something about her.
Thing.
It was something about hitting her raw.
Yeah, it was a tweet, and she was just like something. The dude tweeted something. Then she's like, no rubber or no rubber, and it's just like, man, that energy, boy.
Like I'm sitting like who thought about a rubber?
Well, right. You said I never even was gonna grab him from CVS.
But nigga, I don't go to CVS no more. For what?
Exactly. And so the pressure, like, you know, and let me tell you too, that's another thing, not to contain to bring shout out to Colin Sexton. That's why a guy like Colin, man, I love and respect him so much. Talk about a focused individual, bro. I mean, we ain't talked about all the stuff. He has a girl, but like we've never talked about, but I know goddamn well he's not that straight of an arrow. And I say that just in a sense of
it don't exist.
There's no fucking. Well, Tristan Thompson was his teammate, and I just know that they threw something one time to where he was just like, "I'm gonna do this," and then y'all don't ask me again at a bare minimum. That's not the way that it works. I cannot believe that Ron Rivera ran that play on second down, but
Ron Rivera's
touchdown. That's why.
Ron Rivera is not on my list of coaches I love, but Ron Rivera and my wife went to the same high school.
Really?
Yeah, Seaside High School. Look it up. That's where my wife graduated from.
And they didn't even get the playoff in time.
Oh.
I hope Ron. You think Ron? I tell you what. Who's new topic? Who's the second head coach fired now that? And I guess we could even talk about that a little bit. Matt Rule's gone now. Who's going to be the second head coach fired in the NFL in season?
I don't have one for you. I think Ron makes it through this.
I think he's gone after the end of the year.
I think Ron makes it through the season, but I don't think he makes the next season.
If he makes it through the season, it's because he's respected enough in the NFL.
Yeah, like what do you get from firing him mid-season? Like they're not gonna get better.
This guy Carson Wentz, he keeps throwing the ball to Curtis Samuel, bro. I'm not gonna hit my bet.
And then like I look at all the other jobs, like who should be fired? Cliff Kingsbury. He fucking sucks. He's not gonna get fired.
I hate dick suckers, bro. Like this guy sucks so much fucking cock, dude.
I don't think Frank Reich actually gets fired, even though he probably should get
I'm gonna
fired.
be honest with you. If they have a losing record, I think he absolutely gets fired.
I think he makes it through the season though.
I don't think that he even made the Matt Ryan move.
I
Did
know
they
he-
miss the oh, he made it.
it looked like he missed it.
It did.
I don't know if anybody else gets fired during the season, bro. Like,
Hold on. Let me think. I'm looking at who was on the hot seat coming in. Rule, of course.
Nathaniel Hackett.
Hackett, bro, could definitely get axed.
I would axe his ass
They
tomorrow.
they were already talking about
Bro,
with the offense. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. They done played 4. They're gonna this Monday. They're gonna have played 4 primetime games. I bet you his ass is fired if they do what they did these past couple of weeks. I bet his ass is fired on Monday.
I would
I
fire.
bet he doesn't make it to the bye week.
Is Snyder at the game? Dan Snyder's at the fucking game today, baby. He came back to the States to come to the game. he dropped his nuts on the NFL, ain't he?
Well, why wouldn't he's the owner?
But he hasn't been in America for a while because he been dodging his
duty.
The Senate wanted to talk to him, which I ain't gonna lie to you, my man. If the Senate put me on trial, they can't put me in jail. Why the fuck am I going?
That is true.
Like you have nothing to gain by going. You just have things to lose. I had a topic in here for you. At some point, we gotta talk about Ye. We can't just not talk about Ye.
Well, of course, we're not gonna ignore Mr. West.
And mainly, like, it's not even gonna be Ye ain't even catching the smoke, bro. It's really gonna be Bron them catching the smoke for me because them niggas is getting the business. But before we go there, do you ever just be watching Sunday Night Football and you see these PFF grades and you be like, what the fuck are these niggas talking about? Like, I subscribed to PFF last year and I just didn't consume it enough to build my analysis because I don't respect or trust their model enough to give them my money. But Lamar was their number 9 ranked quarterback on their model going into Sunday night's game. And I go, there's not 8 quarterbacks who's played better football this season than Lamar Jackson.
I'm with you.
Your model sucks. And then, like, because I follow the Instagram page and I'll see different things on their page of the stuff they're promoting, I go, I don't agree with this, and I'm not saying that my eye is better than their eye, but I hear too many smart people shitting on PFF, right? Like people who have like coached, GM'd in the league, scouted in the league, saying, well, what the fuck is PFF talking about? And then as I actually think about it, I go, you can't. How do you grade what a player does if you don't know everything that the player was supposed to do? And if you don't work for the team, you're not gonna know what the player is supposed to do. Oh, you a Casamigos guy tonight. I knew you was drinking tequila.
I stepped away from the brown.
I didn't know you was on your
Why is it still brown?
Are you getting ready for homecoming? Yes.
I've got a big surprise for you boys once you guys get here and all the people that are going to be a part of the soiree that Friday. And then, of course, I'm sure you guys will be at the tent and stuff.
Well, bro, here's the thing about the homecoming thing, right? And,
this is your first homecoming since leaving school, right?
Yes. Since your junior year.
I've done them too many. I've done everyone except, obviously, I mean, we haven't had it the last 2 years, but like I've done them all, so I know exactly what to do these days.
So dog.
First alumni homecoming.
Yeah, I gotta go to the.
This is actually the definition of homecoming. This is a true.
Yeah, this is actually my first homecoming.
You come every year. It's just I'm going to the gala or the party or the Super Bowl. Like it could be something that we know is annual. But when you don't go for an extended period of time, and especially I've graduated now 7, so you're 8 years removed.
No. Yeah.
8.
This will be my 9. This is 9 years though. It'll be 9.
If you count
my last homecoming.
3. I get it. No,
my last homecoming was 2013.
9 years ago.
My last homecoming was 2013.
Yes, that is true. Yeah,
9 years ago.
You're right. 9. And it would make 9. You're right. You're right.
Hey, and the thing about it is, for me, is I had a reputation on campus as a drinker, a party boy, right? Like, when the drinking Olympics came around, y'all had y'all's team as a crew. You know what I'm saying? I was the 5-star getting wined and dined by all the other teams. Like, hey, we want you. And I go, nothing about this event speaks to what I want to do. I love to get drunk. I'm not trying to do it for competition. And I'm definitely not trying to drink fast, bro. I'm not a fast drinker.
Lee, we pre-gamed for a drinking contest.
Yeah, and y'all lost.
How stupid that is. Well, we can't. But nonetheless.
Yeah, you fucking lost to my roommate. Fuck this. No. I don't care what you're about to say right now, because one of your teammates lived in my apartment, and the motherfucker y'all played against lived in my apartment too. And them bastards left so much piss in a goddamn apartment that I had to go crazy in that bitch, because I had pussy coming over the night after. I had sex coming over the night after. And I had to make my place halfway decent after my couch got pissed on, the lazy boy got pissed on. It's just piss everywhere and drunk nigga.
One thing, and we'll get to talk about this more in depth next week, but one thing I can say about that time,
because you know the night I'm talking about.
Yeah, it was your senior year, my junior year. We came in second because we entered the contest for free the next year because technically because they won, they were all seniors.
Yeah, I knew it was gone.
We were technically the defending champs, so we had free entry. So we didn't even pay to go to do it the next year. But like we were, because that year the theme was country and we were Team Jamaica. But the thing is that
I'm mad y'all didn't win. I got beat by some suckers.
Well, man, I'm gonna tell you, it's if this was a 100-meter, we would have beat everybody. But like the thing was, it isn't. It's a fucking cross country match. It was a cross country match.
Them niggas didn't drink for 2 days in preparation, bro. I'm telling you, like,
not to call Josh Holsey out, but Josh Holsey had his pants down below his knees, walking out like he looked like a zombie. Jew was throwing up everywhere. JP was throwing up everywhere. That was our team. It was us 4 and somebody else. I can't remember who the fifth
Evan.
was. I don't think Evan was the member.
The thing is,
for instance, Justice was on the team the next year, but Justice was on Tandi's team, which was my neighbor, because Tandi wanted me to be on it, and I said no. I'm like, y'all are gonna lose for one, but then 2, no. But like. We lost that one. That one was close. Then let me tell you.
No, like Eric won it for them when he just took the punch at the end, and nobody thought he was gonna take it to the head, and he said, "Nah, fuck that. I'm winning."
We could have played better.
Yeah, I know.
Better.
I know y'all could have played better because I know, like. You gotta understand, bro.
We were smoking weed and playing beer pong and drinking liquor like before.
Now
We pre-gamed to go there.
That's y'all's problem, bro. Y'all were too cocky. Y'all didn't even look at it as a competition. Y'all looked at it as this is what we doing tonight. Oh, but there's a drinking competition, but whatever.
Yeah, it was kind of an afterthought of, are we gonna win?
And here's the thing, though, like understanding the different groups, because again, this is my senior year, so like
we didn't. I'm gonna be honest, we didn't respect
that. That's what I was getting to. Y'all didn't respect the competition.
But it's because we knew us. Like,
question,
nobody that drinks more than us.
Question for you:
Yeah.
If we would have rolled out a team of me, Boink, Goldmouth Tommy, and name another nigga, I feel like y'all wouldn't have done that.
We would have matched it up person for person.
Well, we probably would have pre-gamed together.
I'm saying there's that, and then,
but I know y'all wouldn't.
I don't know how much Boyd I've drank obviously with Boyd a ton, but like, how much does Boyd even really drink?
Bro, I don't know, because he hung out with them Cali dudes and I wasn't with them niggas. You know what I'm saying? I just know if y'all know that y'all got to see me, Boink, and Teron on the list. We don't even care what the third is. I know y'all don't walk in with that same confidence.
See, no, I agree. I
know y'all don't walk in that same confidence.
Oh, they're going for it. Hold on. Or maybe they're trying to get him to. They're not gonna get it. They need to run a play, low key.
I just know y'all got different. Like
You're wasting time out. I would have ran a play. Why even do that dumb shit?
I just know the bass in y'all's voice, the way y'all had y'all chest poked out. It would have been different if y'all look on there. You go. Teron Jackson, Adam Lee, Joe Boykin, and I don't even know who this random nigga is, but I drank with them three.
Look, but now, and like I said, now look, you're talking. I mean, look, we could put the liquor down. I could put the liquor down, and here's the thing. If you get Josh Holsey before he's messed up, you're like, okay, he can really almost be a secret weapon in a sense of,
bro, I live with him. He ain't no secret weapon.
No, I'm not calling him that, but I'm saying as long as he doesn't get too drunk early, which is where we messed up with the pregame.
That's Josh Holsey though.
Whoa! I bet Brian Robinson gets me a touchdown, or Terry McLaurin gets thrown one.
Look here, Josh Holsey.
He could have been a secret weapon because he would have kept going. Like
Josh Holsey, when he feels,
I'm the only one that didn't get sick. I drove home. Now,
you shouldn't say that.
No, well, I did. I mean, I don't know.
10 years ago. 10 years ago. 10 years ago.
It was 10 years ago. I drove home. Like for me,
I love it, baby.
The way that they looked at my drinking, right, is because I went to the white school. Like I mean, I drank a lot. Like I can throw down. Look, I'm sitting here now,
bro.
Look at how much of this bottle I went through,
nigga. We drink every other weekend. I know.
Yeah, I know. I can fucking throw down. Like I know I can throw down, and so like it's because it's not even a competition. I don't drink.
And so here's the thing that made the whole thing funny, right? Is you had so many people who were not drinkers trying to get involved in it.
God damn you, Brian Robinson. He got stopped short 1 yard. But
like when the drinker,
you think he'll get in?
I don't know who's going to be on the field. But like when the drinkers start, when the drinkers start talking to each other, we go, bro, this is honestly, we're doing what we would have done tonight for less money.
Yeah.
Like, I know the party
scored here.
Yeah, he's in there. I know the party promoters are making money off this, but like,
is that a B-Rob TD? Yes, sir. Hey man,
yeah. Show the nigga who dropped.
touchdown plus 360. Tell him to suck Parlay Pete's dick, and I signed it. Oh, I love starting a nigga that they said was going to score 5 points against Boyd. Now, this is the issue. They're not going to throw the ball anymore for the rest of the game unless Terry can get me like a 50-yard, 40-yard catch. He's not really doing it at wide receiver.
Ooh, wow, somebody said that Brian Brom out of Louisville had more upside than Aaron Rodgers. I ain't gonna lie though, I like Brian Brom coming out.
Brian Brom was good at Louisville. He was.
Yeah.
He was. I mean, but like, Teddy was really good at Louisville. For what it's worth. I mean, Teddy went in the first round, but like Teddy, I don't think got that now because everybody looked at him and was like, man, he's the quarterback with the glove type shit.
Bro, like if you were sliding, why would you try to catch the ball? But that was so stupid. Yeah, Teddy two gloves. Hey, question.
Well, why did he throw the ball to Curtis Samuel and not fucking Terry McLaurin?
Curtis Samuel,
bro. Curtis Samuel has dropped 2 like big catches today.
Him and Scary Terry, they don't speak the same language.
Terry's actually low key kind of open too. Oh my goodness, bro. Carson's dumb as fuck, bro. Fuck that nigga, man.
Hey, question.
Yeah.
Do you think LeBron received a message from the powers that be that told him to come out and let the world to tell Mavs to let the world know that Kanye would not be allowed on the shop? And I want to read.
I think that he already knew. I just think he knew.
I want to read the Maverick Carter's post. Because I think it would be disingenuous to not read exactly what's being said. I gotta find it. Maverick Carter. Kanye. Mav, he old, bro. That nigga 42.
Well, he's Bron's boy. I mean, Bron fucking what? Bron's gonna be 38 or 39 this year.
Yeah, but let's see.
Bron's old. 18. Let's see, 18 in the league, 20 years. Yeah, Bron's gonna be 38 or 39 this year.
Yeah, Mav 42.
Interesting. But he was still clearly like he was one of Bron's OGs.
Yeah, but let me see if I can.
But I'm guessing they did actually go to school together.
But yeah, okay. Here goes Mav's post. Yesterday, we taped an episode of The Shop with Kanye West. Kanye was booked weeks ago, and after talking to Kanye directly the day before we taped, I believed he was capable of a respectful discussion, and he was ready to address all his recent comments. Unfortunately, he used The Shop to reiterate more hate speech and extremely dangerous stereotypes.
It's shit, bro.
We have made the decision not to air this episode or any of Kanye's remarks. While The Shop embraces thoughtful discourse and differing opinions, we have zero tolerance for hate speech of any kind and will never allow our channels to be used to promote hate. I take full responsibility for believing Kanye wanted a different conversation and apologize to our guests and crew. Hate speech should never have an audience. Maverick Carter, CEO of Spring Hill Company. But I feel like all this shit is validating what Kanye is saying with JP Morgan telling him he got to move his money elsewhere, with Maverick Carter coming out and saying like, hey,
he might have been told directly.
Bro, he was told directly because nobody knew Kanye was gonna be on the shop. There was no.
They didn't even have to say it. You're right. That didn't even have to come out.
They could have just not. They could just not put it out. And if Kanye said I was on the shop, but they didn't even put me out, if them niggas don't acknowledge it, what do we know?
And then they say, and then they could drop the statement saying, "Yes, this is true," and then drop that statement.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when I see the statement, I go, bro. It go back to me talking about when white people when the liberal whites be trying to like combat racism, in their own way, I go, y'all are validating what is being said out here. You know what I mean? Like Kanye saying his things about a certain community. We're not gonna talk about that community.
He didn't even say anything though.
Well,
He never said it, bro. He said
the tweet. That's the DEFCON 3 thing. That's what.
I'm gonna be honest,
Bro,
man.
I'm Team Kanye here. Like, bro, let the nigga say whatever the fuck he want to say.
Kanye
Live with it.
because Kanye's been doing this for 15 years, dog. Like Kanye's been fucking doing this, like more than 15 years. The Katrina shit happened in 03, 04. So we're talking almost 17 years now. Like,
Yeah, but it's
20 years.
Dog.
Like Kanye, like that's why I brought up the George Bush doesn't like black people. Like if Twitter existed when he did that, like black Twitters.
But here's the problem.
They love it because it's Kanye, like his music perpetuated it, or what I guess, like it was black, like I don't know. But like the thing is that like this nigga's been a free speech dude. He's the same person to me. He's not the same exact person because of the money. Like he's different because of his money, but in terms of the core asset of I'm Kanye and like this is how I was raised to speak my mind, and like whether you agree with it or not, it's the same dude.
Here's the thing, right? Because I totally agree with you on that one. What's happened is at one point, what he said out of his mouth, Black America wanted to hear. So it was okay. And liberal white America accepted it because they go, yeah, he should say that. He's black. But now that he's speaking from a place of conservative, he's more conservative. He's speaking from a place of Christianity. Like I listened to the Tucker Carlson interview, and he said, you know, when he said I went from damn, what did he say? He said I went from Jesus Walks to you're such a fucking hoe. I love it. He goes, I deviated from where I'm supposed to be, right? And when he says that, it's like some people go, bro, it's just music. It doesn't matter. And Kanye's like, no, I understand that I have a voice that matters to people, and I have to be careful with the things that I say. So I just think Kanye is pushing an unpopular narrative. Yeah. Like, and this is not me getting behind his narrative, because when he talks about a certain community of people who have a lot of power, I don't experience that same power struggle with that community because it's not prevalent in my life as we speak today. So I can't speak to what he's saying, but I say all this to say that like Kanye is going to speak on his reality. And I think the sad thing is people would act like they're down for what he's doing only when it fits their narrative, not when they're looking at the big picture of, hey, we got a black man saying whatever he want to say. Whatever he want to say, it doesn't matter. It don't matter what he's saying. He's like, hey, bro.
He literally,
I'm me.
He continues, he could, not to cut you off, but like he continues to say it. He already said, he said the richest black man in America. Bro, because the shit was fact based on what Forbes put up. Now, he was saying that their numbers were even wrong. But based on what Forbes had even put up, he was the richest nigga in America. And it's just like, Hove is his fucking, the nigga that fucking put him on. And he surpassed. Yeah,
but come on, bro.
But even Forbes admitted that he surpassed him. Like
we know Hove. He has an answer to somebody, and he answers to him. That ain't Ye.
But even my biggest thing is what everybody is trying to gloss over is that all these niggas are, I tell you what, from the black perspective, they're all Republican, bro. Like they're all fucking Republican because none of that shit fits anything that they agree with. Or either that or they don't vote. And Hove's a felon, and so I guess he can't vote. But
hey, question for you. me and you, right? And you and I, we hardly talk politics together, right? But we do have political conversations and
I'm a
obscure details.
bipartisan ass nigga.
And you and I are both bipartisan, but if we had to choose conservative or liberal,
Today, I definitely would take conservative, and I don't even have to
yeah,
think about it.
bro, and that's the point I'm making. That you and I, we will like, dog. Here's the thing: a lot of me and Josh's conversations, bro, conversations I have with Josh in our group text, they go to me and Josh's personal.
Josh
text,
is
bro.
one way with like his line of thinking on it.
Bro, he's been in California too long.
He's just so woo. And Josh isn't from anywhere. Not to like say
No,
it like
that's the real thing. And I wish you on a podcast for us to have this conversation. He's not from anywhere, and that shapes how he views things. And
because he's had so many different views on everything. He will make the decision he wants to make personally, but the reality of what is going on, I'm not saying, hey, you be conservative. Like I just want it to be a fair thing. One of the things that Kanye opened up, he didn't even open it up to me. I just thought about it more honestly after the Trump thing. Yes, he kind of aligned himself with Trump, so that helped it a little. But like at the same time, because he's somebody that, I mean, he's my favorite artist. But like after kind of really looking at it, bro, like the black vote is just given to Democrats. It doesn't
for
mean
no reason.
It doesn't mean that the Democratic vote isn't the right vote. What it means is that why is this an automatic vote for these people, but we continue to have the same problem?
Go back. Go. 1964.
It switched, yeah, because it used to be Republican was liberal, right?
But if you think about like the value of the party,
JFK Republican, or he was the first Democrat.
Who?
JFK. Hold on.
No, it was
Abraham Lincoln was Republican.
It was Lyndon B. Johnson. It was Lyndon B. Johnson where it happened. It was the 1964 Civil Rights Bill. That's what changed it. That's when it became that black people became Democrats no matter what. Like, we're going to be blind Democrats.
No, it's what I thought. I'm not trying to prove you wrong. JFK was a Democrat.
In 60?
The first one. He was like the first one.
Yeah.
Where it switched the like liberal is. Oh, they fumbled?
No.
No, they did. Somebody fumbled for the Bears.
I don't even know.
Oh, it was a fourth down.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Game over. God, at least we did get a touchdown. Shout out to Brian Robinson. But my point is, even politically speaking, I don't align with any party. Let me start there. For anyone that's listening, like I don't align with any party. And the thing is that America is about, we talk about the American dream, all these things, freedom of speech, all this stuff. This guy Kanye, bro, fuck Kanye. Like, fuck Kanye for real in terms of like, I love his music. And honestly, I mean, I don't agree with everything he does today.
Nobody does.
In general, overall, bro, I've always loved his idea of just
fuck it. I'm me.
He sticks up for himself and he's himself. Like he's authentic. I love that. I love authenticity.
Dog. And that's where the Kanye thing gets so dicey for me because I go back and I listen to the Tucker Carlson interview, right? And I was listening to a clip earlier today. And Ye talked about, he was telling his son, yeah, I know you go to Sierra Canyon, but after you leave Sierra Canyon, you got to come to Donda and you got to do choir. You going to come to choir. And that nigga go to him like, why I got to do choir? Like, I don't want to sing. And Kanye is like, the way I grew up, if my father told me to do something,
you do it.
It's not a question about it. And I got my son questioning me on why he got to do something that he don't want to do. And I'm like, he don't even know if he want to do it because he's never done it before. I'm trying to teach him something else. and fathers are supposed to be able to lead their children.
If exactly, and if I tell you to take a shower, you take it. So what?
Right.
What's
Exactly.
what is the difference?
So I'm sitting there listening to it and I go, I'm not saying that Kanye is doing his shit right day to day. I'm not saying that Kanye.
He has a problem with getting his message out.
Yeah. No, his PR is terrible. But I think that you know what, Haven. Oh, Haven, that's the homie. That's our homie. You remember Haven from like 2 weeks ago? Haven, we're conservative
In
too.
Hawaii, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Haven, we're conservative too. Like, I mean, I'm more moderate than conservative, but I lean more conservative than liberal, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I'm a moderate conservative. That would be the best way. Look at that boy, B Rob, bro. That boy is savage. But
yeah, no, we happy to have you back, Haven. We love you. You know, you came and rocked out with us for a long time.
Thank you for tuning in again. I look at it this way, just from that, and like I said, I don't want to get too political, but like,
hey, nah, fuck it. Let's get as political as you want to, because I like political.
Well, as y'all know, like everybody in the group knew this because we talked about it before the last election.
Give us some juice. Give us some juice, Haven, because we'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. But go ahead, Parlay Pete.
Obviously, I did vote for Trump, and I'm not somebody that wears the "Make America Great Again" hat. I'm not somebody that does all this crazy stuff. But I did vote for Trump. But I voted for Trump for one reason and one reason only, specifically.
What did you do?
Not somebody that looks at all this other. Everybody tries to take this stuff and make it a racial thing and say he's racist. I've never thought that Donald Trump was racist. This is what I think Donald Trump is. I think that just like any other businessman, he's all about his money. Like, he's going to do what's best for him. And the reality of it is, even in a world where we have, what would be the best way to say this?
I don't know, but I'm just
views that are across the board needing acceptance. Even in a world like that, he remained authentic to what he was preaching before he got elected. And so, like, the thing is that, for one, he's a businessman. I'm a businessman. I have business. He's helped my business, and I knew that. Like, I know that because I know what he did. And everybody's like, well, what did he do? Motherfucker passed plenty of fucking laws that were able to get tax breaks for small businesses. Of course, COVID ended up happening at the end of this term. And naturally, anything like PPP, all that stuff, that was a bipartisan thing. In reality, it was a bipartisan thing. Now, they introduced it, of course, but like that helped several small businesses and people that didn't have small businesses, right? Because there's plenty of people, scammers, that got paid their money. But
hey, bro, just because they receive money from the government and they build up their businesses does not mean they're scammers.
Well, Joe's still asleep at the wheel.
Hey, Joe is doing a great job.
Joe is doing a great job.
Like, here's the thing. Trump wasn't bad. Bro, Trump was not a bad president when it comes to like his policies, and Joe Biden's really not that bad either. Like they're like Joe's doing a lot of good shit.
Things that they directly can do, but Joe has also done the Asian hate bill. Like there's like little shit that's just like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, no, but
like, no. Like, I'm not saying Asian hate shouldn't be allowed. No hate should be allowed. But like,
bro, I'm black, bro. When I be hearing about,
and there's like, what?
Bro, let's be real. Dog, let's be honest. We're black, and we start hearing about protections for other cultures, races, groups, whatever. We be sitting there like, yo, country, y'all enslaved us and shit, bro. Like, we ain't saying that taking care of these people is wrong because they probably should be taken care of. But at the same time, like,
we want to take it that even to that level.
Well, where my 40 acres and my mule at, nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like, give me something.
It's disgusting, and the thing is that Joe Biden did at the end of the day.
Haven said no comment on Joe. I'm still waiting for him to finish the sentence. Boy, you gonna be waiting. His old ass can't finish shit.
Well, he knows how to fall off his bike. And the thing is that, look, Joe Biden was somebody that when the last election did happen, that I did think about. I thought about Joe Biden. I was him and Yang for the Democratic Party that I was like, you know what? I can, because Yang was business minded too. Asian guy, right?
Yang is what
He's aggressive. He's what Elon Musk would look like to me.
I think Yang is what our country needs, but they won't elect Yang. I knew Biden would get elected. Like we're getting into like I knew Biden would get elected, and I've talked to you about why I was out on Trump because of career shit, right? And the shit that happened.
But you know what? This was the thing, even from I'm not saying you specifically, but career-wise, when I thought about like him, one of the things that I thought about was that like not you necessarily, but there are other people that technically work for the president. Yeah. And so like my thought was, if you really hate too much of what this motherfucker's talking about, then why are you working for him? And I say it to that extent in a sense of, well, it's not so easy to pick up and just pick another career. But at the same time,
you can pick it up though. And if it gets to a point to where you don't want to deal with what you're working for, you move on. And I would, and that's why I will tell you that when I had a choice to pick who gets to drive our foreign policy, it was only based on foreign policy because
it affects that directly.
Exactly.
He missed it.
Yeah, he did. And that's the thing about voting that we don't talk about enough is, people vote on the first a lot of times on the one subject, the one topic that affects them. Fuck the other shit. What affects me tomorrow? That's what I care about. And that's what I'm voting on. And privately, when I told you about why I voted, how I voted, and all that stuff, I let you know that this is where I'm going. But with our state stuff, Bassa might not get no support from me.
Well, she isn't going to get any. Oh, fumble.
It's recovered the right way.
She isn't going to get any from me. And let me tell you something. Like I said, I'm bipartisan. So, for instance,
I'm not voting for that son of a bitch, Herschel Walker.
Me neither. And so that's my point. I'm bipartisan. But I did it last year, too. I voted. I don't have nothing to hide. I voted Kemp last year, or not 2 years ago.
I'm probably voting Kemp
2 years ago. I also voted. I voted my ass off for Warnock. I voted 2 Democrats.
Oh shit! Look at Fields actually running. I'm definitely leaning. I'm leaning Kemp. I'm leaning Kemp Warnock. Like I'm just not voting for Herschel Walker. Like I'm voting.
Yeah, here's the thing. I'm a Georgia fan, and obviously I'm voting Kemp, but it's just like at the same time, I'm like, I can't vote for him. And it's not because of the whole he's violent ass, because that's like the one thing they're really trying to point out. It's just the reality of it is that I know that he's not fit to be a senator. So like kind of the reason why I didn't vote for
hey, question.
Yeah.
Do you think LeBron and Maverick organically canceled the Kanye piece, or they got a phone call?
Brand wise, I think LeBron did. Yeah. Brand wise, I just think that it was already scheduled, and then once they did it, he was like, "Nah." because it's going to cost me money.
You know,
That's what I think happened. I think that I don't know what we will never know what Kanye said, but like you said, ultimately that never had to come out that he was even going to be on the show. So I think that was even a move more so to be reactive as a set of proactive, right? Like being reactive as a set of instead of proactive.
bro, when I talk about I talked about Kanye saying what he said, right? And I talked about how sometimes we had liberal whites come out here and try to tell us how we're gonna fix racism and they just fuck it all up. I think that is a prime example of that because I think that LeBron them got the phone call to make a decision based upon what Hollywood overlord said, but that feeds Kanye's narrative. You know what I mean? Like Kanye is one saying, hey, it's these people behind the scenes pulling strings that's making stuff happen and making stuff not happen. And then he's on a interview that we didn't know he was gonna be on. And we find out he's not gonna be on. We find out he's gonna be on it by him not being on it. And
Exactly.
I sit there and go, did somebody tell y'all to put this out to make sure that y'all show that y'all are not with him? Because Dr. Boyce Watkins talked about it's just divide and conquer. It's dividing black people, and I just go, I don't know. For me, bro, I don't support a lot of what Kanye says out of his mouth. I just feel like he should be allowed to say it.
I love his liberty, bro.
Bro, exactly. That's what it boils down to. Hey, Parlay Pete. Think about this.
And because he does have the platform, I just love
think about this shit, bro. If we made millions off this podcast, right? Would we speak closer to the way we speak in the locker room on this podcast than we do here if the millions were coming in?
I think the further and further we got away from once we've made so much money doing it, because look, it's a progressive thing with Kanye. He was rich after late registration to a degree.
Yeah.
Right? His second album, he was rich. He was rich after the first one, but he was actually rich probably after the second one.
But then he's still making good.
Then the third one, then Graduation comes out. He's rich. Then his mom dies. So he's got this such a terrible thing to happen to him. And he blamed himself. That's one of the things I know. As a fan of his, Kanye blames himself for why his mom is not here. And I know that weighs on him. It has to. Yeah. And bro. So because and even with the doc, I'm sure you saw Genius, right?
Yeah, Nick. Yeah, we did a whole podcast on
that. We know how much this man loved his mother.
Yeah.
He loved his mother. It was his biggest. I mean, there was a lot of stuff, but at the same time, I just think that with Kanye, that's a different dude. I don't know. It just is. We not him. Nobody. We not like it's just a different thing. What happens here,
bro? I know what you're saying, and I hear all this Kanye.
Oh, he didn't get it.
Yeah, he caught it, but he ain't gonna touch it.
Nah, he didn't get it. That ball was juggled out of bounds, brother.
Yeah, I think it's a.
I don't think he caught it. Even if he scored it, I don't think he caught it.
I call it a catch. No, it ain't no catch.
No, it wasn't. He was out of bounds. He didn't even have the ball in the end.
Nah, bro. I just think.
Hey, tell him to get his hands off the official.
I think that Kanye. I think that Kanye is
he doesn't have control there. Oh, it is definitely short.
It's bro. This game is definitely 12-7, bro. This shit.
Oh well, I just took Washington money line.
Yeah, I know. And hold on, get the.
Nah, it's not a touchdown.
Nah, bro. I'm
Well,
watching.
it's really
I'm
not a
trying to-
touchdown. But I was thinking that he didn't even have control of it out of bounds. Because now Washington has to figure out how they're gonna. It's definitely not a touchdown. We know that.
Hey, we getting to 3. We at 2.5 hours. You ready to hit the picks?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Yeah, get your
But
picks.
but my point is, before we end the Kanye conversation,
Okay.
that brother, at the end of the day, what we got to realize is that game over. All right. What we got to realize is that Kanye, that's a dude. I love the idea because of the perspective. He just has so much perspective on it. And like, he was married to Kim K. He's got 4 kids with her. Like, he been speaking his mind. I just don't see what makes it any different today. But I think it's because people just don't fuck with him no more because of what is popular.
That's what all boils down to is, bro. People pick and choose like the information they want.
Most outspoken nigga ever, but even before.
Bro, yeah, nah, people pick and choose the information that's okay based on when they receive and who they receive it from, bro. Like the shit Kanye was saying was fine if they were Team Kanye. But the second that Kanye said, "Yo, I'm a conservative Christian," there are people who go, because I was listening to him on Tucker Carlson. He said,
see, I haven't even seen the Tucker Carlson interview.
So here's one of the things he said on it. I went from Jesus Walks to "You're such a fucking hoe. I love it." He goes, "I deviated from where I'm supposed to be as a follower of God." And I go, as a Christian, yeah, and my nigga, I really felt that shit, right? Like I really felt the whole you trying to be good and God serving, and then you be like, "Fuck these bitches! I'm trying to fuck these bitches!" You know what I'm saying? And then like he was just like, "Yeah, but no, I shouldn't have been on some you such a fucking hoe. I love it." I'm a rich fuck. I like a rich fuck. Whatever the fuck he said. He saying all that shit. He just pretty much saying like, "Yeah, bro, like
I like my dick suck. I like
yeah. He just pretty much saying like, if I'm out here representing God, I shouldn't be representing this.
Yeah, but he's right, and so.
But the liberal hip hop media would never cover that because let me tell you what, dog, hip hop media sucks. I was listening.
It does suck, but it's because we only have X amount of dudes even doing it.
But them niggas are bad. Like they don't do good interviews. Like I was listening to the Quavo and the Takeoff interview on Big Bang, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm listening to how they're asking questions and the way the conversation is flowing. I go, bro, these niggas are not good. They are not asking good questions. Their timing is terrible. Like they're getting answers to their questions because they cool with these niggas, but they're not good.
Exactly. But I do.
Haven thinks what Kanye is doing is a mother move for him, bro. I'm so happy Haven came back, bro. We love some Haven.
Bro,
no, we love our safe haven,
especially all the way in Hawaii, bro.
Yeah, nah, that's our safe haven.
I'm gonna actually be in Honolulu for Thanksgiving this year too. So,
are you a bad motherfucker?
Hey, man, look, family time. Look, I got time for that always. So, and I don't know. Yeah, I think Haven says she's in Honolulu. Look,
hey,
I'll be there. So if
she said our content is way better, she thinks we are competent.
This would be the best way to follow at Free Big Baby the Goat, and then follow at Big Pie on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like I said, I will be in Honolulu. Look, I'm an open book as a person, regardless, and would love to meet you. And it appears to be maybe your husband in the photo or boyfriend, whatever, regardless. But I will actually even be in Hawaii.
Tell nigga to pull up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm not even a smoker, but I'll smoke one. But like, regardless, I'll be out there. But either way, let's get into these college.
Haven, we love you. We love fans. Fuck with us. But no, I can't read that shit, bro.
Nana Cooley Beach Park is the beach or anyway on the west side.
Hey Haven, drop your IG in the drop your IG in the comments.
I was gonna say, drop your IG.
Drop your IG in the comments. We'll follow you. Just drop your IG in the comments.
Yeah.
We got to get to the picks. We got to get to the picks.
Let's
You want to go college or
we'll
NFL?
go college first. College always first because that's Saturday, and we always got to do this. And actually, I have a funny story too. Everybody always thinks Justice had the OG A-Town upside down hats. Of course, we wore it. You got your Brave shit on. Shout out to the fucking Brave. We didn't even talk about baseball.
Oh, bro, I wore it because we didn't talk about them 2 weeks in a row.
Chop on, baby. I bet they get that W tomorrow. It'll be about 6:30 by the time we get to see the W. But regardless, but this is actually the OG one. I made this hat like 6 years ago.
Nah, bro, that shit hard. I'm gonna let you know if I see it. I'm gonna steal it.
I got.
Yeah, bro. I told you if I see it, I'm gonna steal it.
And then we got, of course, America.
Bro, if I see it, I'm gonna steal it.
Wait. Yeah, can we see it?
If I see it, bro, if I see it in person, I'm gonna steal it.
Little America action. But nonetheless, let's go through the picks. So I actually had 7, but I'm going to narrow it down to 6 because I already screenshotted it from yesterday. I actually came prepared today as opposed to having to put it together. I've already got all my picks together. So,
real quick, Haven don't have IG or Facebook.
Oh my goodness,
she just is on there.
Well, all right.
Hey,
drop
something. You know, we just want
some sort of contact info.
Yeah, bro. We just want fan engagement. You know, we love our fans.
Absolutely. So let's do this. We're going to hit this thing hard with the college football 6-pack.
Let's get it.
So we're going to start off with a game that most people wouldn't even think about. Nebraska at Purdue. Over-unders at 56. We're going to hit that over. I like the idea of Nebraska. They score points. They've got a quarterback. Obviously, Scott's Frost, been frosted. And Purdue's a scoring team. I just like the idea of 56 in this game. So we're going to go 56. I know I'm not supposed to be explaining, but we'll go through. I promise it'll be a 10-second explanation regardless. That's going to be the first one. Next one, we're going to go with Illinois plus 7.5 at home against Minnesota. Now, we're buying a point because the spread is 6.5. Illinois is actually ranked 24th. They're at home. They've been playing really good ball. We're going to roll with Illinois.
Who are they playing against?
Minnesota at Illinois. Next game, we're going to go NC State at Syracuse. Give me NC State money line as the dog. I think they're better than Syracuse, and Dino's got to lose a game.
So you're rooting against a black man?
Yeah, fuck that nigga. All right, but no, nonetheless, next game, we're gonna do the Clemson at Florida State. Over under is at 51. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like the under.
You said Clemson at App State under?
No, Clemson at Florida State. 51 is the over under. I like the under. Give me the under. Dabo, big game, ABC, 8. The defense is going to have to show up. I don't see a shootout. Give me the under 51.
Check out Insta.
Next game, we got Mississippi State at Kentucky. Levis is definitely healthy this week. He's healthier. Give me Tucky as a dog on the money line. Give me, and you were we were talking about this earlier this week when I was at the bar.
Yeah, give me Levis.
Yeah, man, give me Levis. They're a dog against State. Give me Kentucky at home, man. And then the final game of the 6-pack this week. We couldn't leave this one out. We got Alabama at Tennessee.
Are you betting that?
Yeah, I am. You know what I'm betting?
You better be betting Bama.
Let me get Tennessee plus 7.5. And I'll take down. So the spread is 7, so we're buying a half a point. Give me Tennessee 7.5. I think that this game is going to be close. I think that the game actually starts off with Tennessee striking first, and it's a little bit of pandemonium. Like Justin said, Neyland Stadium, I just think that 110,000 people, they played in front of that crowd before, because I don't know what Brian Denny Stadium, but I'm just simply saying
It's all the same.
Tennessee, this is the biggest game in Tennessee and probably, man, can we honestly really argue 20-plus years?
I don't remember Tennessee playing against anybody in the game that we actually.
And then they were good enough to act, and they were undefeated going into it. Yeah. So give me the points. I'm not saying that Bama won't escape, but give me the points.
All right. So talk me through your bets. Just give me your bets real quick.
All right. So we got Nebraska at Purdue over 56.
Yep.
We got Illinois plus 7.5 by a point at home against Minnesota. We got NC State at Syracuse, NC State money line.
Yep.
We got Clemson at Florida State under 51.
Yep.
We got Kentucky. We got Mississippi State at Kentucky, Kentucky money line underdog special. And then we got Alabama at Tennessee, Tennessee plus 7.5 by the half a point.
All right, man. That's some good shit, man.
And if we could throw in a bonus pick,
okay, let's throw in a bonus pick.
I wanted USC at Utah after what we saw Utah do at UCLA. Of course, they'll end up losing, but USC is plus money on the road at Utah, and I know it's going to be a tough game, but I bet they tough it out. Give me USC money line. They're plus 140. So that's a bonus pick.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm writing it down. I'm not putting it in the description because I think Utah wins that game.
Go ahead. Well, you got your leads 3.
I'm just Well, my leads 3 is built off of Parlay.
No, your favorite Parlay Pete's. I get it, but I'm just saying that's a bonus one.
Yeah. I'm just. I like Utah, and I probably shouldn't like Utah as much as I do, but. Yeah, hey, Haven, check niggas out on Insta. Check niggas out on Insta. Come on now. Hey, let's get to that NFL 6-pack. That's where we make the money at.
Oh, it is. You know, we actually didn't even do that great this past week. But
hey,
it's okay.
I'm tracking the numbers.
We've got a lot cooking this week. And I actually
Hey, remind me to tell you a funny story when we get done recording, okay?
Let's do it.
I bet.
All right, so let's roll with this NFL 6. All right, we're going to start off with the Sunday Nighter because there's so many good games. There's a lot of good games in college too, but there's a lot of good games in the NFL this week.
That's right.
We're going to start off with the Dallas Cowboys at the Philadelphia Eagles. The spread is at 6. I'm buying 1.5. Give me the Cowboys plus 7.5. They've been a cover machine. The defense has been great. The Eagles aren't going undefeated. Cooper Rush is actually supposed to start. Let's roll with the Cowboys, man, to lose this game.
Get it.
If they even lose by less than 7.
We got Dallas plus 7.5. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Next game, we got the New York Jets at the Green Bay Packers. I think that them coming back from the pond that they're going to end up being able to cover. I'm buying the point, though. So we're going to take the Green Bay Packers minus 6.5 at home against the Jets. Jets are 3-2, but I'm not a believer. So next game, we got the Cincinnati Bengals at the New Orleans Saints. Interesting ass fucking game, to be completely honest with you. Jamar Chase back in New Orleans, 2-2-3 teams. The Saints really aren't good. They scored a lot of points against the Seahawks. Give me the Bengals. No, I'm sorry. Give me over 43. I actually like the over in this game. I see it to where New Orleans will get some points on the board, but I do actually like the Bengals. So, but give me the over. I think that's the safest bet. Over 43 and the Bengals at the Saints. Next game, we got the Jaguars at the Colts. Matt Ryan is all redeemed team. I like the idea of these odds. It's almost a pick 'em at home, and they played on Thursday. They've got more time. I think that Matt has a much better showing as opposed to the first time. I don't think that the Jaguars sweep the series against the Colts. I think Jonathan Taylor actually has a big day. Give me the Colts money line because it's too easy.
Okay.
Next game. I'm going to hold the last game as the game of the week in the NFL. We all know who it is. So I'll do the Monday night game. And this is honestly not biased, even though Russell Wilson is my quarterback. Give me the Denver Broncos at the LA Chargers money line. They're a big dog. I like Russ coming off of the Thursday night game, same way I like the Colts coming off the Thursday game, and it being kind of a half a bye. Give me Russ to bounce back, honestly, in LA. I really do like to see it. Only because of the way the Chargers played against the Browns. Last game, Buffalo Bills at the Kansas City Chiefs. This is the first game ever that Patrick Mahomes has been an underdog at home. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, but it makes sense.
Well, it doesn't matter because we're not touching the spread or money line. We're going to take the over because that's just the easiest bet in that game with the Bills and the Chiefs. We're going to take over 54. And we saw it with the Raiders game this past week with the Chiefs. That game was like 53. It went over into the 60s. These are two high-flying offenses. Give me over 54.
Ooh, I'll tell you what, Parlay Pete. I really hate you right now because
Why? Because you are having a hard time deciding which three you like?
bro, because here's what the people don't understand is I built Lee's 3 after he builds out his 2 6s, right? There's no pre-prep about it. Like we don't talk about his 6 bets
He
before we
doesn't
start
know.
the
Yeah,
show.
he doesn't know.
No, like I'm sitting here like off the hip and I look at I go. You know what? I'm gonna stick my dick out here. I'm gonna go Tennessee
Plus 7.5. Okay.
plus 7.5. Cause nothing Alabama has showed me makes me believe that like they should get 8.
Well, they're on the road, and it's just Tennessee they all had that momentum last year.
I'm gonna go Green Bay minus 6.5.
Okay, you like a bounce back.
Yeah. And then I'm looking. You know what? I'm gonna go Bills
Over 50.
and Chiefs
That's not bad,
over
man.
54. Over 54. So yeah. So Lee's 3 is Tennessee Volunteers plus 7.5, Green Bay minus 6.5, and the Bills and Chiefs over 54. That's what that's Lee's 3. Lee's guaranteed. Lee's guaranteed 3. What's up, Parlay Pete? But hey, man, we're at
Almost 3.
yeah, we're at almost 3 hours, man. Is there anything else that matters that we need to say?
Dan, put that shit out for everybody. Put that shit on.
Put that, put that shit on.
I'm doing the old AV dance. It's
Bro, you know, nigga, I'll see you Sunday morning.
absolutely. But here, once you cut it off, we gotta talk because there's
Yeah.
something that you want to say.
Yeah, we do. All right,